New Braunfels with a close victory over the Clemens Buffaloes 32-30.
Judson Rockets bounced back with a much-needed win over San Marcos, 47-16.
The Reagan Rattlers cruised to a 38-0 win over the Churchill Chargers. Big win for the Rattlers.
The Jefferson Mustangs keep their playoff hopes alive with a close 28-24 win over your McCollum Cowboys.
Ouch, the Southside Cardinals clinch a district title last night with their win over Laredo Martin.
And the Southwest Dragons defeat their Southside rival South San 37-7.
The Wagner Thunderbirds with the big win over Buda Hayes 46-14.
Smithson Valley with the big district win over the Bernie champion Chargers 49-14.
And finally, huge win for Uvalde as they defeat Fredericksburg 24-20. There is one game here in the greater San Antonio area that we are covering on the KSAT Big Game Coverage app and on MeTV, and it is right here behind us at Ferris Stadium. Undefeated Harlan and undefeated Jay. Looking at some of the matchups, to me the thing that sticks out, Burbank shocking Harlandale. Big win for the Bulldogs. Even though both teams went in with one loss, to me, that was a shocking win.
Yeah, it really was. And, you know, that's a team that we've been talking about all season long, and we were kind of waiting for that game to see what was going to happen because we knew it was going to be a good one. But Burbank has stepped up this year. That team has gotten better the last 3 years, and they're going to continue to get better. I've been real impressed with how they're playing.
Yeah, boy, and you hate those letdown games. A big win for Clark in the Gucci Bowl the week before. And then Roosevelt, who's a good team, right back in that District 28 6A playoff race, a win over Clark.
Yeah, that was a big win for them. You know, looking at a couple others, Jefferson keeping their playoff hopes alive, beating McCollum. I know you don't like hearing that, but Jefferson, a team we saw in week 1, and they're starting to bounce back a little bit. The other one I'm looking at is the Wagner Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
A very good team who beat Bernie Champion last week, easily defeat Buda Hayes, but they're right in that mix with Smithson Valley. So, I mean, there's just a lot of really good races, just like the one we got here tonight.
One race that is over, and it wrapped up last night. The Southside Cardinals winning district for the second year in a row under Rick Locke, who is really building a power down there in South Bear County.
Yeah, he really is. And, you know, he's been there for a while. We've watched him play, and he's always done a great job. They've always been a very competitive team.
And one team, Zach, I almost called him Zach Morris. Zach Dixon, who I do the Alamo Stadium games with, we kind of look at the standings in 14-5A Division II. Alamo Heights #1. We didn't figure Sam Houston into that playoff race.
Right.
With that win last night and with their schedule, it's favorable. The Hurricanes could come in and get that 4th spot. They are headed towards that 4th spot.
Yeah, they really are, and they kind of snuck in through the back door. But you know what? You look at all the districts around town, and there's a couple of teams that are doing that. One of them in this district we're going to talk about tonight, 29-6A. There's a team sneaking up into the top 4 there that we didn't think was going to make it. So it's happening right now. This is the time of the year when we start to see those adjustments and we start to solidify who those top 4 teams are.
'Tis the season, my friend.
Absolutely.
Like I start putting up Christmas stuff literally after Halloween.
All the stores have Christmas stuff out, so it doesn't matter.
We easily got the game of the week behind us. Jay and Harlan, we're going to get into that analysis after the break. It's Pick and Pull High School Football Game Day right here on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player, and you'll win 2 tickets to a San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
I'm Oscar Cardenas. In football, we fight hard to make it happen. That's what makes us winners.
18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury put you on the sidelines?
Get a winner to fight for you. A lawyer with grit and determination who will not stop until you get justice and all the money you deserve. And that's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers, 888-8888 now.
Want to win? You know who to call. That's right, Wainwright.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back to Pick and Pull High School Football Game Day right here on the Big Game Coverage app and MeTV. Gabe Farias and Sean Morris, undefeated Jay, undefeated Harlan. Sean, What's going to happen, my friend?
Man, it's a big matchup. District 29, 6A. Let's talk about these two teams. Starting off with the visiting team coming in tonight, which is the J Mustangs. They are 7-0 on the season, 5-0 in district under their head coach, Gary Gutierrez. They easily defeated the Holmes Huskies 53-25 2 weeks ago. They had a bye week last week. Their closest game this season was a 21-14 win over Stevens in September. And as Gabe and I have been talking about all night, they are tied for the #1 spot in district with the Harlan Hawks. For the offense, the Mustangs have put up 262 points in 7 games, led by their quarterback, Jackson Gutierrez. He's the coach's son. He's thrown for 823 yards, 8 touchdowns, and no interceptions. He's run for 622 yards and 10 touchdowns. Their running back, Jack Moda, is really good, 807 yards, rushing and 12 touchdowns. And their leading receiver is Dylan Gordon. He's got 359 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns. Let's talk about the offense of the Harlan Hawks. They are the home team coming into this game. They are 8-0, 6-0 in district under their head coach, Eddie Salas. They also easily defeated the Holmes Huskies 49-12 last week. Their closest game was a couple of weeks ago. They went to overtime with Sotomayor and beat them 44-38, and they are tied with Jay in that #1 spot in district. Their offense has put up 347 points in 8 games. Senior quarterback Noah Ferris leads the district with 2,138 yards passing, 23 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Ferris also has 217 yards rushing and 7 touchdowns. Wide receiver Peyton Matthews has 783 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns. And Tavion Ford's the leading rusher for Harlan with 378 yards and 4 touchdowns. So there's the two offenses. But you know what, Gabe? To
Defense.
me, we came here tonight to talk about defense. Let's put it up on the screen and show you the comparison between these two defenses. There is a reason they are both undefeated, and this is going to show you why right here. The J Mustangs, this is a fast defense. They play very physical football. They've only given up 95 points in 7 games. They've got 42 tackles for loss, 20 sacks, 12 interceptions as a team, and they are led by their defensive back, number 7, Diego Quiros. He's got 34 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 3 pass breakups. The Harlan Hawks defense is pretty darn good as well. Although they've given up 138 points this season, which is 43 more than the Mustangs have given up, the Hawks have 40 tackles for loss, 15 sacks, and 9 interceptions. They are led by Elijah Walton. He's got 41 tackles, 3 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery. Looking at stats, Harlan has the better offense. Jay has the better defense. If the old saying is true that offense wins games and defense wins championships, Gabe, because this is for the district championship, Jay technically should come out on top. Here's a couple of highlights of these two defenses. You can see right here, this is Jay's defense with a pick 6, intercepted, and taken back to the house for a score. That's just how they play. They're a scrappy defense. And then you're going to see a highlight here, and this is actually Elijah Walton, the big defender, just coming in and making a huge stop. You just see the physicality between these two teams. I mean, these are two very physical teams. I know you said blue collar. They play very blue collar on the defensive side. They are scrappy, both teams. They're not huge in stature, but they're quick, and, man, they make plays.
So we talked about both of these gentlemen a little earlier in the broadcast. Gary Gutierrez, longtime coach at John Jay, as tough as nails as it gets. Eddie Salas, who spent time at Holmes really building up that program, brought a tough attitude to Harlan. How important is tough in this football game?
2 things. Number 1, when you don't have the biggest guys in the district, and neither one of these teams do, you've got to be tough. Number 2, this is a game tonight where you've got to play tough. You've got to play through everything. Yeah, you're going to get banged up a little bit. There's going to be bumps and bruises along the way. You've got to tough it out. As a parent, it's hard to say that whenever your kid's out there on the field. But tonight's one of those games where you just got to be tough and tough it out and go out there and play, because these two coaches are going to rely on every one of those players, especially those starters, to finish this game. Start to finish.
The Northside ISD is featuring some tremendous quarterbacks this year. Noah Ferris, Jackson Gutierrez. Where do these two guys stand in that group of just tremendous athletes?
Well, I mean, I'm going to start with Jackson Gutierrez. You look at what he's done, as I mentioned, 823 yards passing, 622 on the ground. He's a dynamic dual-threat quarterback, which is what you want at this level. Noah Ferris, on the other hand, 2,138 yards. I think he may be one of the top in the city in passing yards. I mean, he's a guy that can whip the ball around to all his guys. So, yeah, one's a passer. The other one is a dual threat. They're both really, really good. And we've got a lot of great quarterbacks, like you said, in this district. This is 2 of the top of them right here.
So this is a very top-heavy district, obviously. Let's take a look at the district standings in 29. 6A. And you see Harlan and Jay battling for what appears to be the district champion. But right under those guys, Taft and Brennan, I'm going to say the top 4 spots are determined by this point. But what's not determined is who is the top team. Who do you think comes away with the district championship? And does this game give the team the upper hand?
I think it does give the team the upper hand. I'm not going to pick the district champion yet because we have 2 undefeated teams, and you gave me a lot of information as we were sitting here earlier about who they still have to play. I agree with you 100% that the top 4 teams are solidified. Brennan, Taft, Jay, and Harlan. Brennan's that team that snuck in there. They probably weren't supposed to be there. They snuck in late by beating Sotomayor and passing everybody. But right now, I think you got 1 and 2 right here with Harlan and Jay. I definitely think they're the best 2 teams in this district, and tonight could be the decision of who's going to win this district. I think whoever wins this game is in the driver's seat and has that momentum to go. I know that Harlan has 1 game left after this.
Yeah.
Jay has 2. So Harlan's got a little easier path, although they don't have an easy opponent, but neither does Jay.
Yeah, so Harlan plays Taft.
Yes.
Jay still has Taft
and Brennan.
And Brennan.
Yeah.
I would venture to say, regardless of who wins this game, the district championship, or at least the 1 seed out of 29-6A, is up for grabs.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I mean, if Harlan wins tonight, they're in the driver's seat. They really are, because I think that they will beat Taft next week. If Jay wins this game, they got 2 tough games ahead of them, but I think that momentum carries them into that district championship. Either way, to me, these are the 2 best teams in this district.
Right quick, Peyton Matthews is one of my favorite athletes to watch in San Antonio. How important is it to get him the ball in space?
Absolutely. I mean, they need to get him the ball. They need to get him out there. I mean, 783 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns. That's Noah Ferris's go-to guy, so I expect to see him a lot tonight.
All right, my friend, it is prediction time. Who's going to win and why?
I have not picked them all season, and I hope I'm not the jinx. I've got Jay winning this one 34-32.
Let me see what color sock that I am wearing, because the color of sock determines who is going to win this football game. Oh, my goodness. I think tough is everything in this one. I like John Jay. I've picked them all year long.
You have.
And they have delivered all year long. John Jay in a low-scoring game, 21-14. That is going to wrap things up out here from Ferris Stadium. Don't go anywhere. Bobby Stotzenberger, Andy Skelton, and myself. It is Jay and Harlan right here on MeTV.
Don Rackler here. John Wayne service calls are only $29. For 1 service, 2, or all 3. Call now. Only $29 with John Wayne. No fine print, just the finest service. John Wayne Service Company, home with original $29 service call.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
Don Rackler here. John Wayne service calls are only $29. For 1 service, 2, or all 3. Call now. Only $29 with John Wayne. No fine print, just the finest service. John Wayne Service Company, home with original $29.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a late season clash, week 9 of the season. 2 undefeateds, a battle for the district lead. It doesn't get any better than this. We are at Ferris Stadium for the high school football showcase. This is what players and coaches and fans live for in the state of Texas when it comes to high school football. Unbeaten's battling for the district lead, 8-0 Harlan, 7-0 Jay. Andy Skelton, it's on tonight.
Let's get it on, man. I tell you what, it's been a long time coming for the J Mustangs. They finally pulling it off this year. Harlan's being Harlan. They're on top of their game, and they're a great football team led by Eddie Salas. But Coach Gutierrez has his guys ready to rock. And again, the energy and the atmosphere here is going to be electric tonight, Bobby.
Jay has come a long ways as a program in the last couple of years. That senior class is a special group that Coach Gary Gutierrez has. They've been injured a lot throughout their career, including his son, but this year they've managed to stay healthy, and you see the results.
Yeah, as healthy as they can be at this stage in the game. There's bumps and bruises, but they're playing through it. And again, both sides of the ball, Harlan the same way, and they got to show up here tonight. But again, Coach Gary Gutierrez and his son being the quarterback's a special year for him. And again, this is the next man up. So again, Coach Gutierrez kind of downplays the whole hype behind the undefeated and stuff. But I know he wants to get after it, and the Mustangs want to prevail. And Coach Eddie Salas, I tell you, he's a solid coach. Done a great job opening the program there at Harlan. It's opened in 2007. They've always been competitive. They're undefeated, looking to maintain that undefeated season.
All right, let's look at the offensive guys for the John Jay Mustangs. Sean and Gabe just showed them, but again, we can't say enough about Jackson Gutierrez and what he means to this team, as well as Jack Mota.
Yeah, Jack Mota and his brother Zach Mota's on the defensive side, but that's the production of their offense right there. Again, Jackson Gutierrez is a Naval Academy commit, very sharp young man, understands the offense of what Kevin Poore, the offensive coordinator, is trying to throw at him, and that's the majority of their offense.
Let's look at the Harlan Hawks, and Ferris, the stadium's named Ferris. He's no relation, but he's going to hope to have a big game here tonight at Ferris Stadium.
Yeah, he's going to act like it is his stadium tonight. He is a very talented young man, over 2,000 yards, 23 TDs. He, again, multiple-year starter. And, again, Peyton Matthews, special athlete as well, so they're going to get after it as well.
And you don't go undefeated without great defense.
No.
And both of these teams have great defenders.
Yeah, again, looking at Diego Quietos, he actually goes both ways for John Jay. Look at that right there, 20 sacks, 12 INTs. But then on the other side, you got Elijah Walton, 15 sacks, 9 INTs. They are impact players indeed for both of their defenses.
All right, folks, it's going to be a good one. It's 29-6A. It's the battle for the top of the district. Two undefeateds. It's rare that we get a matchup this good, this late, so we are super excited to bring it to you. You're watching the High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's time to fall back with savings from John Wayne Service Company. Don Rackler here. Right now, when you purchase any new heating and air system, you'll receive a bonus offer for free as a personal thank you from me. Choose either free attic insulation, a free smart home front door package, or $1,000 in credits to use towards plumbing, electrical, or home automation products. Plus, get that new system now for only $99 a month. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700 and get your fallback bonus offer.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Hey South Texas, it's Sean Elliott. Did you know that Methodist Healthcare provides more world-class cancer care than any other healthcare system in the region? By partnering with your preferred provider, Methodist Healthcare will help you get the cancer care you or your loved ones need right here at home. Keep your care and the ones you love close when you need it most. Expertise matters, and Methodist Healthcare is here for you.
Well, we're now into late October. It's still warm out there, humid at 82 degrees. Gabe Farias is on the sidelines with the keys to victory for the visitor, John Jay Mustangs.
Yeah, it's going to be an electric atmosphere out here at Ferris for John Jay, man. They have got to control the clock. They got to control the line of scrimmage. It is imperative that Jackson Gutierrez get going. They got to steal a possession, but Andy, you steal that possession, you got to turn it into points.
Absolutely.
Andy Skelton has the home guys, the Harlan Hawks, and their keys to victory here tonight.
Well, Harlan's a big play ball club. Take advantage of your big play capabilities and be Harlan. Protect the football, limit the mistakes, turnovers and unforced errors, and get the ball to Peyton Matthews early and often and blow this thing wide open from the get.
Well, just a note here, we've got a really great crowd that's still filing into the stadium here at Ferris, and that's pretty impressive, especially considering that it doesn't appear the bands are going to be here tonight. Maybe they will. I know that all the bands are in competition, Andy, and certainly they add to the atmosphere, but you can't plan your record around the band competitions. Who would have known that these two would be undefeated, but that's certainly a missing element here tonight. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with the kickoff. It's undefeated Jay against undefeated Harlan. It's the high school football showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company, and it's next right here on MeTV.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
Company of San Antonio is about creating an amazing living experience for their residents. An experience that isn't perfectly described with words, but is felt the minute you walk through their doors. They strive to maintain an environment where memories are built and life happens. Their team applies advanced education and real-world experience to provide excellent real estate services in acquisitions, asset management, development, and investment. Learn more at lynd.com. Lind, your home, our passion.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Welcome back here to Ferris Stadium as we have the 29-6A lead on the line here tonight. Harlan, Andy, they haven't had a week off as most of the district has. They have played straight through with 8 straight weeks. They finally get their bye week next week, and then they finish the season in week 11 against Taft. And Jay's getting into the meat of their schedule right now. Harlan tonight, Taft next week, and then Brennan to finish it out. So still a lot of work to do for both of these teams.
But again, the game in front of you is the game in front of you right here, and you're talking about the bands not being here. I promise you both these teams, they wouldn't care if they stepped out and played in the parking lot, Bobby. It don't matter to them. They're going to get it on right here. And again, bragging rights on the line. A lot of these kids know each other. And let it be what it is at the end of this thing. 2 great coaching staffs and great athletes on both sides of this thing. A lot of storied history with some of these coaches, and it's going to be fun to see how this one plays out here tonight.
Well, Gary Gutierrez, rightfully so, wanted to coach his son, but his son Jackson actually technically could be eligible to play at Harlan because Gary lives in the Harlan attendance zone, but why not? You got to bring your son over to the school you coach at, but
absolutely.
But Eddie Salas told me before the game, he said, hey, if you want Jackson to come over at Harlan, we're fine with that.
No, you let your boy make the decision, and Gary Gutierrez and Jackson Gutierrez, it's a great father-son combo. It's his senior year. Jackson is going to Naval Academy. It's going to be a great opportunity for him.
Gabe, how exciting is this to see an old school like Jay having a moment in the sun?
Well, I think it's fantastic, and it's fantastic for that community. You know, if you saw in our outside the locker room segment, we were able to actually go out and feature Frank Foster and the John Jay band. Man, let me tell you something. Pride, Andy, as you always talk about, goes up and down Marbach, and it makes a big circle around John Jay High School. Man, there is pride everywhere. And I mean, it's just a great story, Andy. I was looking at some of the old games that were played. I think it's the biggest game for John Jay in a couple of decades.
Well, and again, Jay opened in 1967, so what that means is, translated, they got a very, very deep alumni.
Yeah.
And again, Harlan opened in 2017, so not so much. So there's a lot of pride over there in the blue and white, and these kids are representing well this year for the Mustangs.
Delamo Reeves is going to kick it off for Jay. They won the toss, deferred. Peyton Matthews and Jordan Grady are the deep return men for the Harlan Hawks, and we have a fair catch called for, but the ball goes into the end zone. So the Hawks will start 1st and 10 on the touchback at the 25-yard line, as we will see Noah Ferris and company for the first time. His running back will be Graham, Gerbig, Schultz, Grady, and Menifee, the receivers. Morales, Carasales, Cordero, Ford, Ureste, and Enriquez, Ureste, and Arguello are the offensive linemen for the Hawks. As we go 1st and 10, Hawks from the 25-yard line. First play of the game, motion out of the backfield, Graham. They throw it out there to him. Graham up the field, and he'll have a first down on the first play from scrimmage as he's all the way out to the 40-yard line. As the Jay defense got their work cut out for him against this explosive Hawk offense, as you'll have Ramirez, Nevaez. That's the Jay starting defensive line. And Holland, we'll get the rest in a moment. Well, let's go ahead and finish him off here as we have an incomplete pass. The Baldwin also up there on the defensive end. He's really a big-time playmaker. Mota, a two-way star. Urbina, Garza, and Canyon are the linebackers. Quiros, Roberts, and Gordon in the secondary for John Jay.
Yeah, Diego Quiros goes both ways as well for the Mustangs.
So it is 2nd down and 10. Handoff goes to Graham. Graham left side, but tough sledding there as the Mustangs are firing away at him, shooting at him like bullets there as he goes down after a gain of 3.
And that's what they're going to have to do tonight. Talking to defensive coordinator Nelson Barnes of the John Jay Mustangs, they're going to bring heat. They're going to get after him because Harlan's strength on offense is they are an explosive offense. If you take away the explosiveness, that they sputter a little bit, so look for Jay to do that early and often.
I got a little wink from Gary Gutierrez about how both of these teams have trick plays in their arsenals. We have a play action pass that is incomplete, and that ball was intended for but behind Aiden Menifee, and so Harlan's going to have to punt.
And again, just enough by the Jay defense to disrupt Noah Ferris, and 3 and out right here for the first drive for Harlan, it looks like, pending any trick on the punt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to keep an eye on the trick plays here. Both of these teams are really known for that, and I'm sure this is the type of game that you pull the trigger on those. As Elijah Walton is the punter, Diego Quiros is the return man for the Jay Mustangs. So a first down on the first play, and only 3 more after that. So punt time for the Hawks. Snap is back, and it's good to Walton. Gets it away and is caught at the 25-yard line. Quiros heads to the right sideline, but pretty good coverage there by the Hawks as he's tackled at the 36-yard line. So the Jay Mustangs on offense for the first time. We're going to get to see the great Jackson Gutierrez come out and lead this offense. Mota is his running back. Gordon, Quiros, and Guller, three outstanding receivers. Baldwin, the big tight end and a two-way guy. Walker, Vicuña, Campa, Urichia, and Lopez are the offensive linemen. First down, Jay. Handoff, coming left. Mota, room, breaks a tackle, off to the races. Jack Mota, a speedster. Can he get there? He will. He breaks the tackle along the way, and he goes 64 yards on Jay's first play.
What? How about that right there? Let's take a look at the replay. We rack it right here. Wainwright Lawyers replay coming right at you out of the gate number 4. Jack Mota hits another gear right here, steps out of a tackle. Nothing but net, as they say in basketball, taking it to the house. First score of the night for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that was a combination of strength, skill, and athleticism, because that wasn't an easy trek through that.
There's the swinging gate, option play right side. Gutierrez not going to make it. The Hawks prepared for that, and they stopped the two-point conversion. 10:33 to go, first quarter of play. Jay takes the early lead, 6-0. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player and you'll win 2 tickets to a San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services.
Big car wreck, you need a big win.
You know who to call. That's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Wainwright Lawyers, fights to win.
Get a champion, Wainwright.
Injured people need the most money possible.
Most money possible, Wainwright's all in.
Get a winning team, Wainwright.
Don't wait, call 8.
888-8888. You need real money. Get Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back here to Ferris Stadium as the J Mustangs get it going early. That's not a 0-yard drive, I can promise you that. It was 64 yards, a little snafu on our computer there, but 64 yards on the first play from scrimmage, Andy. And, well, we featured Jack Mota for a reason. He's a senior. He's been a great player for this team for a number of years, and he gets a 64-yard run to get things going.
Yeah, that's just a little off-tackle play right there. Great job by the big boys up front for John Jay using their physicality, and then Mota broke a couple tackles after contact and hit another gear, got to the end zone. Swinging gate was no good, though. Again, Coach Gary Gutierrez is going to take those risks with the swinging gate.
Reeves on his second kickoff this first quarter. Peyton Matthews and Jordan Grady are the return man for the Hawks. This is an onside kick that is fielded on the hop by the Hawks. Boy, I tell you what, it is October baseball, and that was a scoop there by the up man, Tyler Argy Rivas. Man, that was not easy to do, but he did it cleanly, and the Hawks will have great field position.
Yeah, great job not fumbling that and scooping that up right there. And again, Coach Gary Gutierrez is going to make sure he's going to use every single bullet in his gun tonight against the Hawks, and that includes his, surprise onside kick, swinging gates, dead man, 8-man, Alabama hammer, all the things, man. Bring all the things tonight for the Mustangs.
Well, somebody's band's coming into the building. You can hear the drums beating as the Mustangs have a 6-0 lead.
I think that might be like just the speakers.
Is it just okay? We're just making not natural noise, but recorded noise as the Hawks will run the ball to the 41-yard line.
Guys, I'm certain that was my microphone picking that up. Man, you should have seen me. Man, my head was on a swivel, Skelly. I thought maybe I was going to get hit by is it a snare drum or a bass drum? One of them, man. I thought I was going to get drilled. Well, yes, there are
no bands here.
bands
You're good, man. You're good.
Yes,
All the bands,
okay.
no band, as I can see for now.
It don't mean I'm not scared, though.
You'd be
Yes.
more apt to get hit by a cheerleader. Be careful backing up.
Ferris, play action, rolls right. A lot of pressure earlier in this one, and he'll throw this one away. There's a flag down in the secondary.
Yeah, we're going to maybe get some defensive holding right here, but pressure was applied by Zach Mota and Amity Garza, linebackers, putting pressure on Ferris, flush him out of the pocket, but I think we're going to get something in the secondary here. Let's see.
Holding, defense, number 2, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, Micah Roberts, defensive back for the Mustangs, holding them up. That's an aggressive penalty, man. I'll take it early on like this. You're not going to let him get open, but you got to be careful here as you get him down into the red zone. Automatic first down here for Harlan.
First and 10 for the Hawks.
Ball at the 31-yard line as Matthews sets up in the formation. And they're going to throw it to him. Out of the backfield he goes and up the sidelines and bumped out of bounds. Went into the net.
Yeah, that's going to be on
Tad late on the hit.
Yeah, Michael Roberts, number 2 again. Zach Mota was initial contact. Again, Wainwright Lawyer replay right here. Kids are playing hard. They just got to play smart here. The first hit by Mota was clean and legal, but 2 comes up in late right there and puts him into the kicking net. If the kicking net didn't go over, they don't call that.
Late hit out of bounds. Defense number 2. Half the distance from the end of the run. That was automatic first down.
It even had to do with the fact that he hit the kicking net. Did that hit you?
That didn't help, that's for sure.
Did you get hit by the kicking net?
No, I did not get hit by the kicking net, but almost got hit by the band that's not here.
Mustang 12-yard line.
First down and 10. They're at the 11-yard line, the Hawks are. As Graham is the lone setback. Trying to tie it up here as Ferris will dump it off in the middle, and it's a low pass, but it is caught. Boy, that was a nice grab there because Matthews just pulled that one off the turf.
Well, now, high percentage pass it would be, but it was a little low, but great athleticism by Peyton Matthews to get his first catch of the evening. And again, we saw him in the pregame. He's a big part of the production of this offense.
2nd and 3. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line here. Ferris goes under center. He will hand it to Graham. Big hole in the middle, and he'll duck his way in for a 3-yard touchdown.
Well, good job up front by the bigs.
5-yard
for Harlan right there. He kind of walked in untouched right there. Again, they have smoke and mirrors on the outside. Just straight ahead dive play. Great lead block up front. Getting it done with 33. That's Caleb Morales. Walks into the end zone. First touchdown for Harlan tonight.
So the Hawks will try a conventional extra point to try to take the lead here. And the kick is good by Carlos Cartagena, and it's 7-6. Hawks leading the Mustangs. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
Don Rackler here. John Wayne service calls are only $29. For 1 service, 2, or all 3. Call now. Only $29 with John Wayne. No fine print, just the finest service. John Wayne Service Company, home with original $29 service call.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
Don Rackler here. John Wayne service calls are only $29. For 1 service, 2, or all 3. Call now. Only $29 with John Wayne. No fine print, just the finest service. John Wayne Service Company, home with original $29 service call.
The Hawks take the lead as the Mustangs gambled with an onside kick. Hawks make them pay. 4 plays and 47 yards. 1:32 off the clock, and Graham with actually about a 3-yard touchdown there.
Yeah. A lot of that wasn't their offense, Bobby.
Was it 5 or 3? It was 5. Craig says 5, so we'll go with that.
They had 2 penalties that helped them and a short field.
Hey, guys, right quick, I got a special report here from the sidelines. I know you were talking about if anybody was collateral damage to that kicking net that went flying. Carl Padilla took a shot, man. He's got a war wound here on the sideline, the Godfather himself. So
tell him to keep his head on the swivel.
Well, I pushed him in front of myself, so that actually worked out for me.
Kickoff taken at the 21-yard line, side to side, and Jaden Pritchett is dropped for a loss. He's caught it at the 22 and loses 2 yards trying to return right.
After the kickoff.
You're not going to go sideways against Harlan right there. And again, I don't know if they had a return right, trying to get to the numbers or whatever, man. But again, great job by Ford bringing him down. That sophomore right there you're looking at, number 12. And great job on special teams by that young man.
So first down, Mustangs now trailing. They've run 1 play, and it was a Jack Mota 64-yard run. He's in the backfield. We got a 2-by-2, 4 wide receiver set for Jackson Gutierrez, who's going to throw, looks right, throws it deep up the right sidelines. A little bit far for Diego Quiros, who had a step on the defender.
Yeah, that's his main man at wide receiver right there. And again, Quiros goes both ways, and on first down, trying to take a shot. They're trying to be explosive as well right here. Why not? You're in a dogfight, down 1 point.
Yeah, I like Gary Gutierrez's aggressiveness early in this game, Andy, from going forward on 2 to the onside kick. They just got to stay tempered in their own game, man. This is a great football team, and get it back to the ground. Let's get some first downs.
Early in the game here, as Mota made a great fake there, carried it out, and Jackson Gutierrez. But that was set up by Mota carrying out his fake. Watch, he sold the idea that he had the ball.
Well, that's a zone read all the way right there. Great job by Gutierrez. If he doesn't trip right there, he's down the sideline more than likely. But he's a big kid. He's about 205, 210 pounds, and knows when to get it. But you're absolutely right. Great play fake. Great job up front by the Bigs.
First down, Mustangs. Again, 4 wides, 2 each way, man in motion. Mota takes it down Main Street, and a nice first down run of 3 or 4.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, Gabe. Winning on first down, like we talked about, get you 3 or 4 right there. Line up a play second down and mid.
Yeah, that was a big play by Jackson Gutierrez to get the 10 yards after that incompletion. Do what you do, man. Grind it out. Get the ball to Mota. Let Jackson Gutierrez get behind those big offensive linemen, and then take a shot when it's open on play action. I'm telling you, man, this J team both of these teams are solid.
A lot of great talent on the field both ways. 2nd and 7. Mota again explodes through, and he's near a Mustang first down. Looks like he fell across the line to achieve, and it's another set of downs for John Jay.
We see the Wainwright Lawyers replay coming right at you right here. Great camera work, guys. Great angle right here. Let's take a look. They run a little trap right here. Doesn't take much for Jack Mota. He's not real big. Hides behind the trees right there. Good job up front by Walker, Vicuña, Campa, Uridia, and Lopez getting it done early and often so far for the Mustangs.
Mustangs, after scoring on 1 play, trying to sustain a drive here now. We're down to 7 minutes in the first. Gutierrez to Mota again. Now he's ganged up on. That's the best defensive play so far, Andy, by the Hawks.
Yeah, they were blowing and going that time. Great penetration, great stymieing force by number 56. That's going to be Demarion Cornish was the initial guy right there that stopped the momentum of that play and forced Mota to have to spin out and allowed the cavalry to get there. Great defensive play by the Hawks.
So 2nd and 10. Second drive of the game for Jay. Hawks had to punt on their first possession and scored on their second. Man in motion is Pritchett. Gutierrez going to keep it. Coming left up to the 46.
And again, he's a elusive runner, man. I tell you, he's a big kid, about 6'1", about 210. He always falls forward right there, and he called his own number. That is, I don't know about that spot, but we'll got to go with it here.
Hawks fans waving their towels on the near side, hoping for a 3rd down stop. Mustangs come up at the 46. Gutierrez rolls right. Here comes the pressure, and they get to him. Wow, great closing speed there by the Hawks, by Elijah Walton.
Yeah, nobody fooled. That was a naked bootleg all the way right there. You see Gutierrez, he spins out to his right here. And again, you're absolutely right. Nowhere to go. Explosive acceleration. There's a lot of speed on the field, Gabe.
Yeah, and this game, Andy, early on, has a real heavyweight fight feel to it, man. I think we're going to see a lot of haymakers thrown, a lot of chances taken in this football game.
Kalen Gerbic-Schultz is the return man. Jackson Gutierrez takes a high snap, and he barely gets the punt off. The Hawk player was nearby, but didn't sell out to try to block that, and Gutierrez is going to get a pretty good roll. Andy, I'm a little bit surprised that the Hawk that was standing,
he didn't block.
He had a chance to block it.
Let him kick it.
He just allowed him to punt the ball. Is that just, I don't know,
Surely he knows he can block it.
Yeah, afraid of making a mistake? Who knows? Well, here we go with the Hawks again, 3rd possession.
Boy, what an atmosphere out here, guys. This is tremendous football. I mean, how many times do we get a game like this late in the season? We've been doing this for, about 6 years, and this is one of the first times I can remember a game this big, this late.
Fake to Graham, throw out into the left flat, but that one is well covered. And the ball came loose, but I think they're going to reel the receiver down. Or will they?
I don't know what we're talking about.
No, they're saying down.
Okay. That was Dylan Gordon, number 1, coming up there with the open field tackle. Minimal gain of 2.
Yeah, Matthews, their top target, made the catch, but in space there, Dylan, and it's spelled Dylan, but it's pronounced Dylan.
My apologies.
We learned that one the hard way, didn't we, Gabe?
Yeah, he was our player of the game, and
my apologies.
Was told the pronunciation 2 minutes before my interview.
Yeah. Dylan Gordon, what a great play by him. Ferris going to throw, this time complete in the middle of the field, and that's going to be a Hawk first down. Good read there, the hot route caught by Jordan Grady.
Yeah, a little slant to the inside as they go hurry up right here after the first down, and why not?
Graham is going to, well, they fake it to him, another hot read, and tell you what, Noah Ferris is on right now as he dumps it off very quickly there at Caleb Morales for a gain of 9.
Yep. Using the element of surprise and up-tempo right here, and right out of the backfield.
Well, Andy, I know these kinds of lists are subjective. How great is this slate of quarterbacks in Northside this year? I think it's one of the best I've ever seen.
Second down and a yard. Graham takes it straight ahead. Graham finishes the run well with a gain of 16 to the 40.
Yeah, now the Harlan offensive line starting to grind a little bit, starting to get a little bit lathered up right here. Great cut, getting inside, getting his foot in the ground, heading north and south.
2 undefeateds here tonight in Northside ISD, District 29 6A. District lead on the line. Graham again, lots of room to run. Graham makes a nice cut instead of going to the sidelines, gets a few extra yards on that run, a gain of 17 all the way to the J23.
Yeah, I really like the play call so far by offensive coordinator Matt McKinney of Harlan here. This time they're attacking the outside on the jet sweep look, and making it look easy, man.
Jay wants a timeout.
First time out of the first half.
Mustangs on their heels a little bit with this first quarter. Well, if inflation is hitting your budget, and I know it is mine, just about everybody, we got our good friends over at Mission Open Air Market that we can count on. Come out to Mission Open Air Market and find some of the biggest bargains in Texas on household items, tools, clothes, collectibles, and much, much more. They even have a farmer's market full of the best bargains in Texas. Beat inflation every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting bright and early at 6 a.m. on the corner of Morrison and Loop 410 South. We'll see you there at Mission Open Air Market. And I heard last night watching some of the Clemens and New Braunfels double overtime game, our announcer Dave Parker said, who's going to be there at 6 a.m.? You'd be
better
surprised.
come early. Yeah, all the good stuff's gone by 7. I promise you that. I've been there, done that, man. I was going to go this weekend, but I gave you my last dollar, Bobby. So I'm
Bobby.
Inflation's hitting me hard, Gabe.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man.
And Stotzenberger is.
I love Joel Dolly and Mission Open Air, being a part of that South Side community, man. He gives back. He does a whole lot of really cool stuff there on the South Side.
Tavion Ford has come in as the running back now for the Hawks, and he's going to get the handoff. He is explosive. Wow. That sophomore just hit the hole in a hurry. But as you said, Andy, that offensive line is getting the job done. That's a gain of 10 in the first down.
Yeah, right now they're just man on man, covering people up, and the running backs are running hard with their shoulder pads down and falling forward right now for the Hawks.
It all starts up front. When those bigs are playing well, your offense is going to move the ball well. Coach Gary Gutierrez looking over the defense here as his first down and 10. Hawks, Ferris on play action, rolls and throws to the corner. And it was a little bit off the outstretched arms of Peyton Matthews. Probably would have been out of bounds had he caught it.
Yeah, he's trying to put it where only he could get it because Dylan Gordon was coming hard right
there.
Here. Yep. Throwing it outside.
Harlan possession, 2nd and 10 from the Mustang 13.
So at minute 53 to go here, this has been a action-packed first quarter. Harlan trying to get another score on the board here. They scored on their last possession. And again, it's the sophomore, Ford, sprinting into the end zone. He's got speed, 13 yards on that run, and he has a different level of speed than most of the players on the field. He's a fast young man.
Yeah, he's more of a scat cat kind of guy. And again, he starts out going east and west and gets north and south in a hurry and gets a couple good key blocks on the outside right there.
You know, I know Graham is a starter, but that's another sophomore. You got two sophomore running backs that are performing here tonight, and they both have a touchdown. The extra point makes it Harlan 14 and Jay 6. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company, BTV.
It's time to fall back with savings from John Wayne Service Company. Don Rackler here. Right now, when you purchase any new heating and air system, you'll receive a bonus offer for free as a personal thank you from me. Choose either free attic installation, a free smart home front door package, or $1,000 in credits to use towards plumbing, electrical, or home automation products. Plus, get that new system now for only $99 a month. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700 and get your fallback bonus offer.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services.
Big car wreck, you need a big win.
You know who to call. That's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Wainwright Lawyers, fight to win.
Get a champion, Wainwright.
Injured people need the most money possible.
Most money possible, Wainwright's all in.
Get a winning team, Wainwright.
Don't wait, call 8.
888-8888. You need real money. Get Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Harlan Hawks getting the offense going. 8 plays and 83 yards that time, and Tavion Ford with a 13-yard sprint for the touchdown. 3:03 the time of possession there. And the Hawks looking strong here on offense in the first quarter. Let's see if the Mustangs can answer as the Hawks kick it off, this time a little bit deeper, and it is taken by Quiros. Quiros return to the middle, and he spins and then finishes the run all the way out to the 34-yard line. Nice return there by Diego Quiros.
Yeah, he's dangerous. Almost got to the sideline. I thought he was going to cut it out to the sideline right here, but instead cuts it back in into a nice little spin move right there. Gets what he can get.
Got a little pick and pull collision, yeah. You get some pick and pulls on those kickoffs. Mustangs huddled up, and Harlan follows him in the huddle, which was the side of the football that time. That may be setting up a trick play somewhere down the line as Gutierrez takes the snap and hands it off to Mota, and he is blown up this time.
No fooling 56 that time. Demarion Cornish, we called his name already tonight, already starting to set himself up for possibly player of the game.
You know, the thing that you hear about when you, John Wayne player of the game, you can vote, folks. Go to johnwayne.com right now. Look at the rosters there. Go down the roster, select who you think will be the player of the game. If you match our selection, you win 2 tickets to the San Antonio Gunslingers of the Indoor Football League and enter yourself to win a $10,000 home makeover. Mustangs looking for some answers here on their third drive. Jackson Gutierrez has them set again. Hands to Mota. They go right back to their main man, and he is tackled and drugged backwards. Boy, this is a physical contest there, but Mota with a nice run.
As we thought it would be. Again, this is potentially for the district championship, man. So I mean, all bets are off tonight. You know, like I said, every team's going to use every bullet in their gun tonight, even some that they didn't know they had.
The only other 2 teams really in contention for that title are Brennan and Taft. Taft gets a shot at both of these teams still. Brennan gets a shot at Jay that lost to Harlan earlier this season. 3rd down and 6. Jet sweep. Dylan Gordon going, and tripped up. And that's athlete in space theory. Great job by Dylan Gordon, showing that he has some wheels as well.
Absolutely. I will say his name correctly this time. Dylan Gordon getting through there again. Trips up just a little bit, allowed 25 to come in there. I want to give him credit. Tyler Agree-Rivas making the touchdown saving tackle for the Hawks as we got a timeout.
That ends the first quarter play. It is 14-6 Harlan. You're watching High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on Me TV.
It's a new day, and how you start makes all the difference.
And good morning, San Antonio.
Thanks so much for joining us today. GMSA gets you up and out the door with only what you need for the day ahead.
New now and continued coverage. More of what impacts you.
Leave doubt at the door. Our pinpoint forecast takes you inside what's next, hour by hour. Have a great day, guys.
And with more live views from the road, we keep you clear of the backup.
Everywhere you watch, expect more with GMSA.
Welcome back to Ferris Stadium. Bobby Stotzenberg alongside Andy Skelton and Gabe Fadias. We got both teams throwing some haymakers here tonight, and now John Jay has their shot as we start the second. Jackson Gutierrez with a 4-wide set, going to drop back to throw, pumps and throws deep, has a man wide open as Gordon, and he will walk into the end zone. Dylan Gordon on the out and up, and the corner bit in a hurry, and it's a 36-yard touchdown.
That little bait route's what they call that. They baited him on the pump. You see Jackson Gutierrez here. He's gonna pump. That draws the safety up and then goes deep right there. And Dylan Gordon wide open, got behind the coverage right there. Why not? He got the big run to set that up. Go ahead and give him a touchdown right there. Great call by Kevin Poore, offensive coordinator for John Jay. Shout out to his family in Flint, Michigan, Bobby. They're listening up there. Probably a little cooler than it is here.
Just a smidge cooler, yeah. Skelly, dual threat quarterback, man. Anybody that says Jackson Gutierrez is just a running quarterback is just not the case, man. This guy's got an arm too.
Jacob Quinlan on for the extra point, and he boots it through. It's a 1-point game. Harlan 14, Jay 12. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on Me TV. Have you been looking for a computer and electronics store that's right for you? Altex Computers and Electronics has been serving businesses and consumers for over 30 years. Altex has aisles and aisles of computer systems, laptops, network accessories, surveillance equipment, and thousands of cables and connectors. From computer upgrades and repair to complete system and network design and installation, Altex gives great customer service before and after the sale. Altex Computers and Electronics, your total technology store. Locations throughout Texas and altex.com.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
Jay Mustangs with a great answer there, Andy. 66 yards in 4 plays, a bunch of explosive plays along the way, including the touchdown by Dylan Gordon from Jackson Gutierrez.
Man, that was a great play. Again, that was play design all the way. That was a pump fake, hitch and go, if you want to call it that. They called it a bait. They bait the defensive back and were able to get behind him that time.
Reeves has a 10-yard run up to the ball, and he boots this one deep, and it will go into the end zone. Delemu Reeves doesn't do the kicking on the extra points or field goals. He's strictly off the tee on kickoffs, but we've seen him all season boot the ball deep there for the Mustangs.
That's a pretty good kick for only a 10-yard run-up. Most of the kickers in high school take a 15, 18-yard run-up to put it in the end zone. He did it with a 10-yard run, so that shows you the strength of his leg right there.
Yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, Skelly, if they get into a situation where they absolutely need a long field goal, is he that long field goal guy?
I don't know. I don't. Maybe.
That was a really Middle of the road answer, my friend. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I hadn't seen them all either know yes or no. I mean, obviously he's got the foot, but it's different than kicking off a tee off of a snap with a rush. It's way different.
I get you. Thank you.
So at the 25, as the Hawks will move north this time, Graham back in at running back. He gets the handoff and not going to be able to stiff arm his way through Elijah Baldwin this time. He'll lose yards.
Yeah, Baldwin's got to be careful, though. You got to be careful. Don't talk. Get back to the huddle. They see your play. Don't talk. Get a silly penalty right there. It's an excellent play, but he's running his mouth. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, a lot of chippiness going on right here.
And rightfully so, man. That's all right.
Guys, how about the fact that Givery Graham is just a sophomore, and then who was the other sophomore runner? It was Ford,
yep.
Tavion Ford. You got two sophomore running backs there that are both really good. 2nd down and 12 for the Hawks. Matthews goes in motion. They give it to Graham again, and Graham finds some daylight, breaks one tackle, and then gets hit hard and downed at the 31.
Well, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. He didn't get hit hard. He hit hard this time. He was the hammer, not the nail right here as he goes against Zach Moda. Little pick and pull probably right there. And
but he got finished off.
Moda's probably going to go a little lower next time. He's going to learn.
Well, his teammate Sebastian Urbina helped him out there as he leveled him after Moda got run over. 3rd down and 4. Big play here. Back to Graham. Graham trying to bounce it outside and slivers between two defenders. He got skinny, Andy, at the right time there to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty elusive right there. Finally cleaned up by number 9, Omar Perez, coming in at the end of it right here, playing off his block, dropping his man to come make the hit, another pick and pull. These guys are hitting, Gabe, I tell you.
Yeah, they were. In the pregame show, I said this was going to be a defensive struggle. A lot of hitting, but both offenses executing very well in this football game so far.
Tavion Ford, the other sophomore, back in at running back. He'll get the handoff. He sprints to the right sideline, has the speed to turn the corner and get upfield and out of bounds into Jay territory with a Hawk 1st down.
Yeah, they really like that play to the wide side of the field, Bobby. Again, I love this camera angle right here. And again, he hits another gear. Great job setting it up. And then he outruns linebackers and relies on the secondary of John Jay to bring him down.
A little up-tempo, they throw it out to Matthews. Now Matthews' turn to be out in the open field, and it's a sprint for him. Matthews will win the race. There's a flag, though, where he caught the ball and started upfield. Is 48 yards if it stands.
Yeah, it's probably, I think, a little extracurricular happening down here for Jay here. Let's see what the white hat says.
One of the Harlan coaches really chewing on one of his players there. Actually,
I think he reciprocated and got caught is what I'm thinking. It's always the second guy, maybe. Let's see.
Well, I
don't know. They're coming back.
It was an initial good block that I think he piled
During
on
the
there.
play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 3.
They got the first guy.
15 yards from the spot of the foul, remains 1st down.
Well, what happened is Schultz got a pin, but it wasn't enough that he pinned him. He had to shove him down after he pinned him. It was really unnecessary what he did there at the end.
Well, they called it unnecessary.
And that's what's happening here with the official.
And I agree with Eddie Salas here too, man. I'm like, okay, this call of unnecessary roughness, it never used to be called that. Really didn't. And what constitutes necessary roughness when you put a guy on his back too?
I don't agree with this call at all, guys.
That's a very subjective call, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I don't know if we have another angle on it, but what happened? Kalen Gerbert Schultz pinned his guy.
Yeah, and I think what they're saying, Bobby, is afterwards, they kind of forced him down again.
After he had him pinned, he shoved him to the ground again.
Right.
And that was, the shame of it for Harlan is that Matthews had already passed everybody up.
That could be a big.
Well, in my opinion, you leave your feet, you lose your rights. So, I mean, that's kind of the way the game's played. So,
that could be a big penalty in this football game, guys.
If you're getting beat up, get in the weight room.
Well, we're going to have another penalty. Here's Tom McAfee again.
It's going to be like this, y'all. I'm just telling you.
False start. Offense, number 58. 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
As they start to get tired, Gabe, watch what I tell you. It's going to get chippy.
Yeah, and I think if I'm Eddie Salas right now, I call a timeout and get your guys over because, man, that's a – I mean, you go
or let them go. You know, Darryl Royal said it a long time ago, angry people, angry players win football games.
Okay.
So it's okay to go.
But
I mean, let's go.
But what did Frank Broyles say? That's what I want to know.
Frank Broyles said, hey, punt on 1st down and blame the defense.
There you go.
1st and 26. Hawks really hurt themselves with that penalty. Ferris, deep drop, and he throws it out there, and boy, you saw that hit coming. He hung his receiver forward out to dry there.
Yeah, he got Zach Moda barreling down. Had a senior coming at him. The sophomore heard footsteps right here. And, yeah, no, I don't want
He might as well have been wearing tap dance shoes on a wood floor. He heard it coming.
It's scary, man. If you've ever been in that situation, it takes a little bit of concentration, no doubt.
2nd and 26, trips right. Ford still the running back. And Ferris will fake it to him and drop it off in the middle. They're leaving that middle open, and Matthews makes him pay as he's back to the original line of scrimmage into Jay territory.
Yeah, Jay was back off in a prevent-style secondary right there, kept everything in front, rallied to the football. Good job by Harlan getting half of it back, though.
Ferris is making a lot of good reads here, Andy. 3rd and 10. As we had early movement again. That's 2 on this drive by the Hawks.
Drive killers, man, drive killers.
Start. Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Well, we got a rare appearance by Jackson Gutierrez at safety, Bobby, for the Mustangs.
Is that something we need to look at when he goes to the Naval Academy, Andy?
I don't know. He played both ways. He plays outside linebacker, but not very often. But
well, this is a battle of undefeateds for the district lead. Why not? Ferris, a little cross-buck action, then out in the flat, it goes to Schultz. Schultz tackled at midfield.
By who you think?
Jackson Gutierrez, athlete. Yeah, Naval
Just
Academy.
enough of him. Yeah.
Naval Academy's getting a golden gem, man, I promise you.
Well, I mean, when you're a good enough athlete with a great understanding of the game, like Jackson Gutierrez, you can probably play a lot of different positions.
He's flying around at 210 pounds like that from the secondary. Come on, he could play for me any day.
Yeah, when I interviewed him and his dad earlier in the year for an outside the locker room segment, man, he passed the eye test easy, Andy. Whereas you and I now fail the eye test easy.
Good snap as Walton gets it away. Short kick that goes straight to the J sideline. So the Mustangs hold. And with 8:01 to go here in the second, Andy, they have a chance to drive down and take the lead. They trail by 1 because of the failed 2-point conversion on the first drive.
Well, and again, I promise you, it's all by design. Coach Gary Gutierrez and his coaches, man, they spend hours and hours and hours going over scenarios, and they feel pretty good where they're at right now.
Guys, that penalty could loom large in this football game.
Yeah, if you're Harlan and you lose a touchdown because of your own doing, pretty bad. Gutierrez quarterback draw, but the Hawks were sitting on that one.
Yeah, and they were out quicking right there. Again, coming in there was Elijah Walton, 24. Initially disrupted that play and allowed, again, the team speed of Harlan does a great job. All it takes is one guy to disrupt the play and everybody else comes running. Team speed on defense for Harlan is pretty stinking good.
Gutierrez just 1 for 2 passing, but the one pass was a 36-yard touchdown that he completed. We'll see more of that, I believe, pretty soon here as they go to Moda on the ground. Moda, man, he's little, but he's tough.
Yeah,
out to the 26-yard line.
I tell you what, he's a bulldog, man. He gets in there, he's tenacious, he's persistent, he hangs on to the football, he's elusive.
Great
Look at
balance.
that, look at that. Yeah, get off of me. Gotta love it.
When you can cut on a dime like that, that's just pure talent by Jack Moda. So 3rd down here for the Mustangs. 3rd and 3. They need to get out to the 29 for a first down. Gutierrez drops back and fires it across the middle. The defender came too early on Gordon. That will be pass interference.
Yeah, they ran him from the inside slot position right there, and that's a good call by the umpire right there. Take a look at that Wainwright replay on the wide angle right here. Coming across the middle, got there a little bit early.
Defense, number 25. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
Yeah, Skelly, early on, it was Jay making the mistakes. Now it's flipped to the other side, man. This is a game of who makes the least amount of mistakes and who can capitalize on those mistakes.
Well, this ain't, again, you can't do that with the likes of a John Jay team that's playing the way they're playing this season, man. And vice versa on the other side of it, And right now, Harlan's shooting themselves in the foot.
Jay sprints up. 1st and 10. Gutierrez throws one up. And he got it to his receiver's hand. I mean, that just looked like a prayer he threw up, and somehow Jaden Pritchett ran under it and got his left hand on it.
That's called a landmark route, Bobby. Throwing it down the hash, let him run to it, man. Throw him open. It's called throwing a guy open. And again, that little contact right there. Referee's letting him play, though.
Do you think Jackson Gutierrez could throw me open, Andy?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
just don't throw it too far.
If I was on a scooter, maybe.
Can you skateboard?
Oh, absolutely.
I figured you could. You seem like the skateboarding type. Bad snap, and Gutierrez just going to take it himself and get a yard.
Yeah, he gets a yard with 5 black jerseys on top of him.
Hawks defense, Andy, they're quick. They're very quick to the both teams are quick to the ball, honestly.
Well, Harlan's got great team speed.
Yeah,
they really do, man, overall. And again, nothing against Jay. Jay's got it in the right positions as well, but 2 completely different styles on the defensive side. Big 3rd down right here for the Mustangs.
Third and 9. Gutierrez throws complete. The defender came off. Michael Roberts will take this one all the way as the defender took a chance going for the pick. It backfires. Touchdown, Jay Mustangs, and they've regained the lead.
I'm going to echo what you said, Gabe. Who said that Jackson Gutierrez can't throw the football?
Exactly.
That was a laser. And again, defense gambles right here. They go for the pick. Steps into it.
Boy, he threw that ball in the one spot over that right shoulder, turns around, and he was gone.
And
great pass,
Michael
great
Roberts,
execution.
Roberts does the rest.
And he's normally, again, Gary Gutierrez does a great job of utilizing his athletes in multiple spots, as Micah Roberts is mostly a DB, Andy, on this team, but there he goes out on the field as a receiver and catches a touchdown pass.
Skelly, when do you chase that point you missed early in the game?
You wait till the second half. You may not have to.
Jacob Quinlan for the extra point. And he boots it right down the middle. 5:42 to go in the second. We got a good one. Jay 20, Harlan 14. We're watching the High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on BTV.
San Antonio, wake up with CMA-nominated Personalities of the Year, Y100's Frito and Katie, and the best new country all day.
San Antonio, it's Morgan Wallen.
No way was I last night.
This is Lainey Wilson. But as good as it is tough, I got a heart like a truck.
Hey, San Antonio, this is Luke Combs. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough?
San Antonio's new country leader is Y100.
I've been injured due to the negligence of others. I've lost a loved one due to the negligence of others. I know what it's like. I know the pain. If you or a loved one has been injured in an auto accident, whether it be a car, 18-wheeler, or a company vehicle, I want to help.
For over 15 years, Raul B. Rodriguez has worked hard for the people of San Antonio and Texas.
I will work hard for you and do my very best to get you the justice that you and your family deserve. We won't back down.
Call 210-899-0300 to schedule a free consultation.
You want explosives? How about explosives on both sides of the ball here tonight? Both offenses making big play after big play. Harlan had one called back that may come back to haunt them, but Jay comes back after that with an 81-yard drive and just 5 plays, 66 yards on the pass from Jackson Gutierrez to Micah Roberts.
Skelly, this game has been about answers. Jay has answered the call when, Harlan answered the call when Jay kind of smacked him in the mouth. Let Jay answer the call when Harlan answered with said smack. We'll see what Harlan does now after Jay did what they did.
DeLuma Reeves does what he does, Andy. Kicks it out of the end zone again.
Picks up his tee, runs off the field. He ain't worried about tackling nobody.
He's got one job to do, and he does it pretty consistently.
Yep.
We noticed that earlier this year in the game against Warney. They never really had return opportunities, the Warriors, in that night.
Well, we already saw the capability of Harlan to move the ball and get good field position. They kicked the ball, I believe it was, to Graham earlier. And he's a dude, man, I tell you. And now Harlan offense going to have to settle in a little bit right here and go to work, try to as Gabe says, try to punch back or smack back.
Try to answer.
You said smack, though, I think, right?
Yeah, I believe that's the nomenclature I used. Yes, sir, Andy.
Yeah, not hurt themselves. Graham, right ahead.
That's a pretty good start right there.
Skelly, this it may be a little early to say
why do anything else.
G. Ivory Graham is special, but he's not running like normal sophomores.
I'd run that till they stopped it.
Exactly. Why not?
That's just me as a retired coach. I get to sit up here and be the critic finally. It's awesome. I love Eddie Salas. It's all good.
Ivory again. Ivory Graham. And G. Ivory Graham, first down. Gotta add the G Ivory.
You know, Bobby, I'm gonna go back to a question you asked. What do you do when you have two special sophomores like what Harlan has? And the answer to that is smile, because the future is bright at Harlan.
Man, you might go back to an old school offense where you got two backs all the time.
Well, that's what they got right here.
Got a fullback out in front of Graham. And they'll just keep feeding him the ball, and Graham bounces it, and now he's off to the races again, and a shoestring tackle by Quiros. Otherwise, Graham's going to score another touchdown.
Like I said, more of the same right here. Great patience, nothing there. I'll just go out here where there's nobody.
He's got just tremendous instincts. He's got size, speed, and instincts.
He's smart enough to slow down, then hurry up, not be in a hurry, but then hurry up.
Free play here as this is thrown and deflected incomplete.
A great job using the snap count to keep Jay off guard there.
Offside. Defense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Now Jay with the unforced errors starting their turn here, Gabe.
Yeah, Skelly, I know they got to finish this, but I like this Harlan answer right now. This is a great answer, but they gotta finish that.
Graham averaged 6.5 yards a carry, 386 yards coming into tonight. They'll feed it to him again. Boy, he gets rocked. Big time hit there.
Canyon.
Ferris Canyon stops him after a short gain.
He tracked him. He had him from Git right here. Bam.
Pick and pull.
How do you do? Welcome to the party.
But Andy, after that penalty, I know that was a good defensive play. Still picked up a couple yards, and it makes up a second and short. You can get real creative with a quarterback like Ferris right now.
Second down and 2. Ferris with a pump fake. Defense didn't bite that time, so he throws it away. They had double coverage. They tried to, what Jay did earlier, Andy, with the...
They weren't fooled.
It wasn't the out and up. What did you call it?
A bait.
The bait.
Bait route. And again, they had Dylan Gordon underneath, and they had Quiros over the top of it. And yeah, great job by Ferris throwing it away.
That's a good attempt, though, I think, on second and short, because they're likely to go back to the ground.
Guys,
here.
I got to give compliments to the referees, man. They're making sure these kids are keeping it in check and not getting aggressive.
So they will fake it to Graham. Ferris with his first run, and he will have a first down. Quiros brings him down. Good collision between those two, up to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, you playing for a district title. All hands on deck. Noah Ferris gets his shot right here. It's like you say, Bobby, right down Main Street.
Well, he did have 276 yards rushing this year coming in, so he's a capable runner. Ford, the one sophomore with 412, and Graham the other with 386. But they are adding to the totals tonight as they've been able to run the ball effectively. First down at the J 23-yard line. Matthews comes into the set. And he will get the pass again. They ran that earlier, and it's going to be successful again as Matthews races out of bounds near the first down marker.
Good ball by Ferris, getting it out there over the front line of John Jay here. Let's take a look.
That's twice they've gone to that. They set him up in the backfield.
They flashed the running back to hold the linebackers right here.
Little up-tempo again here. Graham once again cuts at the 10 to the 5. Graham gets bounced into the end zone.
All right.
Touchdown. Harlan Hawks, 12 yards to tie it.
Can you say we got us a ball game, Gabe?
We got us a heavyweight boxing match is what we've got, man. Everything we expected and anticipated heading to this game is coming to fruition right now.
Yeah, he got hit so hard he got bounced into the end zone.
Yeah, great job by 53, Matthew Cordero, offensive lineman, putting his guy in the end zone as well on that.
Cartagena on for the extra point. And it is through, and Harlan has regained the lead, 21-20. 2:36 to play in the second. You're watching the High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on BTV.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player and you'll win 2 tickets to a San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
Every day, KSAT 12's Weather Authority's sole purpose is to keep you and your family safe. We do that by taking you into the conditions like no one else. Whether it's pop-up storms, flash flooding, or blistering heat. This is that 3D view, and it tells us our 3D storm tracking warns you, showing you the exact path and pinpointing dangers you can't see. With more storm-certified meteorologists and more live forecasts constantly updated by us on the KSAT Weather Authority app.
Expect more with KSAT 12's Weather Authority.
Another Hawk scoring drive to regain the lead. 8 plays, 75 yards. Graham with another touchdown run. This from 12, and that's his second score here this evening. Hawks back ahead. And Graham has 109 yards already, folks, on 13 carries. The kickoff is a...
Don Rackler here. John Wayne service calls are only $29. For one service, 2, or all 3. Call now. Only $29 with John Wayne. No fine print, just the finest service. John Wayne Service Company, home of the original $29 service call.
There's nothing more Texas than high school football. It's where families and communities come together.
It's the pageantry of the game, the marching band, the dance team, the spirit group.
A tradition and history unmatched anywhere in America.
Great athletes, great games, and one of the best entertainment values for your dollar.
Show pride in your school, and let's celebrate our common bond.
Come to the games.
Come to the games.
There's nothing like being there and seeing Texas high school football.
Come to the games.
Jumped across the line of scrimmage as they saw it coming.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts too, guys, and I think they just called one right now.
We got what?
Hawks are going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Remind you that at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will select our John Wayne Service Company Player of the Game. You can participate. Go to johnwayne.com, make your selection, match ours, and win 2 tickets to see the San Antonio Gunslingers of the Indoor Football League, and register yourself to win a $10,000 home makeover. And guys, this is one of those games where we're going to have a lot of candidates, I think. You got guys on both sides of the ball that are playing great football. I'm impressed by the composure of both teams so far.
Well, it's going to be the guy that makes the game-winning touchdown with no time left that's going to get the award, probably. That's how this game's going to be. Probably a field goal kicker.
Yeah?
I mean, that's the way it's going to roll in a game like this, and why not?
I agree, Andy. I think right now, though, this is an important drive for the John Jay Mustangs, not necessarily to get points, but to get a couple of first downs and keep Harlan off the field here at the end of this first half.
Jay will get it first in the second half. They won the toss, deferred, and kicked it off to the Harlan Hawks. So a little extra emphasis here on this drive because of that. 2nd and 13. Gutierrez fakes it and then keeps it, and the Hawks, they're afraid of Jackson Gutierrez, and rightfully so, running the football. So they have really scouted it out well. And there you see again number 56, Andy. Demarion Cornish flying to the football.
Harlan calling another timeout.
He recognized what was happening immediately.
Well, they're just, yeah, man, they're playing football. They're playing the chess match. I mean, it's not rocket science. This game's not that difficult. It's really, really not. It's how you play it. And, yeah, they guessed right those last 2 plays, and that's part of it. But I promise you that the chess match is happening right here next to us in the press box as well with the J coaches. And if you keep guessing, you get caught. You know, you get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, so to speak, Gabe, and that ain't always good at this level. And
yeah, I know. Right now, Andy, as a head coach, are you thinking Run, I know what your answer is going to be, and it's going to be to take a shot down the field, but do you try and just make them burn that last time out and hope you can hold them out of the end zone, or do you try and go for a first down right here on 3rd and 13 or 14 and risk a
Well, they're going to heat
turnover?
it up. They're going to heat it up more than likely, so you're going to do something that kills that, whether it be a screen, whether it be a draw, something like that, smoke and mirrors, trickeration.
Gutierrez, 3 for 5 so far tonight, will throw. Will scramble. And he's got an open field and the great speed to get there. Look at Jackson Gutierrez as he's tackled high, but no flag as he has a Mustang first down. They cleared the entire left side of the field out for him.
That's like man-to-man in basketball, Gabe. You just clear out the zone and let the point guard go to the hoop. This is what they're doing right here. Jackson does play basketball as well. He needs to get the ball in the other arm, though. That's the only criticism I got, but that pick-and-pull collision at the end. But he's a warrior. He jumps back up, but making plays is what that kid does.
Yeah, for a big, thick kid, Andy, he has got a burst of speed, again, that is suited for an FBS football team.
2 minutes left. 4 wides for Jay. They trail by a point. Quick dump off to Pritchett. And a short gain on the play.
That looked a little bit dangerous right there. Harlan had defensive end sitting there. I thought maybe he's going to get his hand on it. Minimal gain on 2 yards on that. Clock still running, minute 30.
Yeah, I think if you're Jay, you're happy right now. You know, even if you don't score, you're going to take a shot right now, but you know, the threat of Harlan getting the football back sans a turnover, I think, is there.
Gutierrez across the middle and complete to Gordon for a Mustang first down.
They're going to hurry right here, Spike.
You don't necessarily need it yet.
Nope, here we go.
1st and 10. Gutierrez finds the open man. Quiros, the two-way Diego Quiros, as a receiver this time to the Hawk 26.
Now, I promise you, Coach Gutierrez trying to score right here, and he's not going to be happy if he don't. So,
and
timeout.
The Hawks got a quick timeout.
It's a good timeout, guys.
Yeah, they were on their heels.
All a matter of time.
You know, it's Andy. I think what we've seen happen here with Jay is they use the run early to set up the pass. Sometimes teams will use the pass to set up the run. It was opposite for Jay, and all of a sudden, Jackson Gutierrez unleashing his arm.
I want to point something out on that last pass by Jackson Gutierrez. That was a 4-seam fastball. This kid plays baseball, he plays basketball, he plays football, and he runs track. He is a 4-sport athlete for the John Jay Mustangs and a 4-year starter. Let that sink in for a minute. That doesn't happen very often in this town. And that last throw across the middle right there was a big boy, big time throw. And again, I'm just trying to get people to appreciate this kid because he is a special talent.
Speaking of big boys, what do you think, Gabe?
I think right now, first of all, I absolutely think he's a special talent, but a lot of talent on the other side of the ball. That was a great timeout by Eddie Salas, Skelly, to get that defense. Just take a deep breath.
They couldn't breathe, yeah.
58 seconds, Jay with 2 timeouts. Empty backfield for Jackson Gutierrez, and he will throw it deep. And overthrows Gordon, who was manned up with Devon Hernandez.
Dylan Gordon. Yeah, taking a shot on first down, and why not?
Receiver, 2nd and 10.
Got 2 timeouts for Jay as well, and you can get creative.
Still in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got the whole field.
And running the football is certainly in play. But do you see how they're spying on Jackson Gutierrez? They're afraid of him taking off on a quarterback draw or a play such as that.
You got to be careful where you peek, though. You get caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
Gutierrez drops back, fires a crossing route. Gordon, great speed to the sidelines and out of bounds to stop the clock with a first down at the 14.
Yep, little 2-minute crossing route right there. Great catch by Dylan Gordon. Done that a few times this season. Clock stop with 45.
How about the execution of these two?
Oh, it's been sensational in this game so far, man. Skelly, this is a heavyweight fight. 2 teams that are appropriately undefeated in 29 6A.
At the 14-yard line, they fake the jet sweep again. Harlan waiting on Jackson Gutierrez, and Jay will have to burn a timeout.
Well, that was 97.
Well, are they?
I don't think
Alexander Cicerello beats his man Slanted inside that time.
They will not have to take a timeout. Gutierrez is going to throw for the end zone, and it is caught. The defender was all over him, but Micah Roberts holds on to the football anyways.
Y'all worry about the wrong thing. They do what they got to do to get it in the end zone right there. And again, now they're going to line up in the gate. This is where they might change the point. Chase the point right here, Gabe.
If they're going to
8 is doing what 8 is going to do. Player of the Year in San Antonio candidate for sure. He pulls this off today, I promise you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, wow. And they kind of, normally you'll see a coach pull a quick timeout there, but Gary Gutierrez held back on that, and it pays off as the Mustangs get another touchdown, and Quinlan on for the extra point. And it's good. Just 23 seconds to go. Mustangs 27-21. And there you see the excitement of Micah Roberts.
Again, man, great job by Jackson Gutierrez leading that march down the field, Gabe. Poise, great vision, great arm strength. He throws for 80 miles an hour off the bump in baseball, so he's capable to put that kind of speed on the football. And you see the confidence of a four-year starter right there.
That was really worst-case scenario, not only for the sideline reporter who's got to sprint across the field and get the interview with Coach Gutierrez, but, man, for the Harlan Hawks, guys, that was, they called 2 timeouts. It was, 3rd and 13, and Jackson Gutierrez, Andy, I agree with you. I think he's an absolute player of the year candidate. That is as big a play as you're going to see on a 3rd and long by a high school team this year.
78 yards in 10 plays, 213, and you're right, Gabe. The Hawks were thinking they're going to get the football back, and Jay made that strategy backfire with that scoring drive. And keep in mind, Jay will get the ball first in the second half. Great execution on that drive by the Mustangs. And guess what happens on the kickoff? Once again, Reeves puts it into the end zone.
Kicks the ball, picks up his tee, runs off the field.
And you know what?
I love it.
This whole the Mustangs have flipped the script here and turned the pressure up on the Harlan Hawks, who will enter at halftime trailing minus something really special.
Well, I don't know. They're going to respond right here too.
Yeah,
they got 23 seconds too. So this is part of flipping the script. Now it's Harlan's turn, and let's go.
Well, anytime you got a guy like Peyton Matthews, number 4, and you can get him out in space.
They got speed, man, so you got to keep it in front of you. If you're the Mustang defense right now, you want to keep the top off in the coverage and keep everything underneath and rally to the football.
Ferris hands it to Graham, and they're out of timeout, so that's going to get him a first down, and they're saying
spike it.
They calling for the kill, which means to spike the football. 9 seconds to go.
And they got to be careful with that right there, too. That ball's got to go forward when he does that. I've seen it twice on games I broadcasted this year, Gabe, where the quarterback threw it backwards and it's a fumble.
Yeah, it is. I mean, right now, no mistakes. Either team's going to the halftime locker room. This game is separated by a score. Jay gets the football to start the second half. What do you do on their drive? And if you're Eddie Salas, how do you stop it and get the ball back to start second half?
Jay wants another timeout.
Why not?
Can't take him with you, right, Skelly?
That's it, man. You don't get no refunds.
Jay with 28 plays and 289 yards of offense. Harlan with 34 plays, 250 yards of offense. Next week, by the way, guys, we'll be over at Rutledge in Converse. The Seguin Matadors, Wagner Thunderbirds, and the T-Birds. Andy, Jason Starron's team has really cranked it up here this season. Their only district loss is to Smithson Valley. If they can beat Seguin next week, that will pretty much clinch a playoff berth for the Thunderbirds. Seguin still in the hunt as well for a playoff spot out of that district.
Yeah, head coach Craig Daly for Seguin. He's a hometown kid, came back to Seguin after being out in League City in Houston, coming back into his alma mater. And again, like you say, he's kind of against the wall right now against the Thunderbirds, but I promise you the Matadors will be ready to play.
Bobby, how good of Andy, I think it was a great job of Gary Gutierrez not calling that timeout with about 22 seconds left. Had Harlan on their heels, they decided to be aggressive through a touchdown pass.
Yep.
That was a great job of keeping that timeout in your pocket.
That's kind of a senior ball club type of play. Hawks will just play it safe here and handed off to Graham, who will get tackled. Landed on the football. That can be painful, but he pops up, and that will end the first half of play. And the Marbach fans in blue across the way are excited about their team, and rightfully so. They have a 27-21 lead here at the break, as Gary Gutierrez has a quick chat with Quiros and Gordon before he talks to Gabe Farias.
Coach, heavyweight fight here at Ferris. What do you guys need to do to finish this off in the second half?
You know, we got to make sure and control the tempo of the game. You know, we've got a lot of guys playing both ways, things like that. So we got to make sure we do that, hold on the ball. And golly, man, they're explosive on offense. So we got to make sure and dot our I's and cross our T's there at halftime.
Right. Gary, best of luck second half, Gary.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, coming up, we'll have halftime performances on the field, not the bands, though. We'll see what this game will bring us here this evening, as we will commence the Fred Loya Insurance halftime show after these messages. Jay 27, Harlan 21. You're watching the High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
I've been injured due to the negligence of others. I've lost a loved one due to the negligence of others. I know what it's like. I know the pain. If you or a loved one has been injured in an auto accident, whether it be a car, 18-wheeler, or a company vehicle, I want to help.
For over 15 years, Raul B. Rodriguez has worked hard for the people of San Antonio and Texas.
I will work hard for you and do my very best to get you the justice that you and your family deserve. We won't back down.
Call 210-899-0300 to schedule a free consultation.
There's nothing more Texas than high school football. It's where families and communities come together.
It's the pageantry of the game, the marching band, the dance team, the spirit group.
A tradition and history unmatched anywhere in America.
Great athletes, great games, and one of the best entertainment values for your dollar.
Show pride in your school, and let's celebrate our common bond.
Come to the games.
Come to the games.
There's nothing like being there and seeing Texas high school football.
Come to the games.
It's time to fall back with savings from John Wayne Service Company. Don Rackler here. Right now, when you purchase any new heating and air system, you'll receive a bonus offer for free as a personal thank you from me. Choose either free attic insulation, a free smart home front door package, or $1,000 in credits to use towards plumbing, electrical, or home automation products. Plus, get that new system now for only $99 a month. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700 and get your fallback bonus offer.
Welcome back here to Ferris Stadium. We got a good one for you, as we have the J Mustangs with a 27-21 lead. The Fred Loya Insurance halftime show is no band here tonight, but we got the little ones that are future Mustangs on the field. Let's take a look and listen in as they get a chance to perform in front of their home crowd. All right, the little ones out here performing tonight at Ferris Stadium in lieu of the bands being here, but it's still a great crowd on hand to watch these youngsters and a chance to go out on the field in front of the big crowd. Great opportunity, and future Mustangs out on the field. 27-21 is our score. Jay leading Harlan. We'll be back with our John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week when we continue with the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV. Have you been looking for a computer and electronics store that's right for you? Altex Computers and Electronics has been serving businesses and consumers for over 30 years. Altex has aisles and aisles of computer systems, laptops, network accessories, surveillance equipment, and thousands of cables and connectors. From computer upgrades and repair to complete system and network design and installation, Altex gives great customer service before and after the sale. Altex Computers and Electronics, your total technology store. Locations throughout Texas and ALTEX.com.
I'm Oscar Cardenas. In football, we fight hard to make it happen. That's what makes us winners.
18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury put you on the sidelines?
Get a winner to fight for you. A lawyer with grit and determination who will not stop until you get justice and all the money you deserve. And that's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers, 888-8888 now.
Want to win? You know who to call. That's right, Wainwright.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
The Lind Company of San Antonio is about creating an amazing living experience for their residents. An experience that isn't perfectly described with words, but is felt the minute you walk through their doors. They strive to maintain an environment where memories are built and life happens. Their team applies advanced education and real-world experience to provide excellent real estate services in acquisitions, asset management, development, and investment. Learn more at lynd.com. Lind, your home, our passion.
We are in Bronco country, home of the Brandeis Broncos. Last week, the Broncos got a big district win over the Roosevelt Rough Riders to help them in their playoff positioning, and also had a big game from this young man, as Jimmy Salcedo from the San Antonio Gunslingers is here to help present the John Wayne Player of the Week Award to linebacker Trevor Short.
Yes, sir. We're here all the time out at practice. We're here in the morning. We're after school. Everyone out here is dedicated, so we all have goals to go to the playoffs. So we come out here, work hard, play hard, because we know we got bigger things to achieve.
Well, I tell you what, he's a team player. He does whatever asked of him, whether it's playing D-line, outside linebacker, or cornerback. He's very versatile. But the great thing about Trevor is he cares about this team, he cares about his teammates, and he loves his community.
I go in the game, I lock in, prepare myself the day before. And so I work out, I come out here, put some extra work in beyond time. So I go in the game prepared, and I just play my game. Have fun, don't think about nothing too much, and just do what you do.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's amazing that John Wayne does this. We're glad y'all are here today. And our community believes in this process. Our community believes in this team, and it's a pleasure for us to represent our community.
I want to thank God first, the man above, for giving me this opportunity to do what I do in the field. Then I want to thank my family, my friends, my brotherhood out here, my brothers, and I want to thank my school as well, my community, everybody that's in the hallways voting, everybody that supported me throughout this journey. I appreciate everybody.
So once again, Trevor Short from Brandeis High School is this week's John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. As you can see, the Broncos are back at work here, and we want you to get back to work on voting for your players of the game. Watch the games on BGC, KSAT Plus, Texas Sports Productions, and MeTV, and vote for your player of the game for all of our broadcasts. And you match our selection, you win 2 tickets to see the San Antonio Gunslingers of the Indoor Football League. And then beginning on Sunday, it's time to vote for your John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. Go to johnwayne.com to play. A chance to win a $10,000 home makeover just for participating.
Don Rackler here. John Wayne service calls are only $29. For one service, 2, or all 3. Call now. Only $29 with John Wayne. No fine print, just the finest service. John Wayne Service Company, home of the original $29 service call.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
On air, online, or in person, the 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic was one for the history books. Once again, KSAT and TSP brought you the best high school football in South Texas. More action, more thrills, and more team spirit. From the KSAT Insider Party,
I think it's really epic,
to the stands, to the field, the excitement was electric. San Antonio, let's do it again next year. The KSAT Pigskin Classic. On air, online, or in person, the 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic was one for the history books. Once again, KSAT and TSP brought you the best high school football in South Texas. More action, more thrills, and more team spirit. From the KSAT Insider Party,
I think it's really epic,
to the stands, to the field, the excitement was electric. San Antonio, let's do it again next year. The KSAT Pigskin Classic.
Don Rackler here. John Wayne service calls are only $29. For one service, two, or all three. Call now. Only $29 with John Wayne. No fine print, just the finest service. John Wayne Service Company, home with original $29 service call.
Welcome back here to Ferris Stadium. The Fred Loya Insurance halftime show continues. Jay Mustangs 27, the Harlan Hawks 21. Again, no band performances tonight. Both bands participating in competition today. And these two football teams, Andy, have participated in a great contest here so far. Both teams landing big blows in this game. That's what stands out to me in this game is the number of big plays that we've had.
Well, and again, that's why they're undefeated. I mean, that's a reason for that as we see Jackson Gutierrez here handing the ball off to Jack Mota for the first touchdown right out the gate.
Yeah, first play of the game for Jay, first offensive play of the game for Jay, went 64 yards right there for Mota. And that got things started for the Mustangs, but the Hawks come right back. They got a great sophomore running back in J'ivory Graham.
Yeah, and they actually have another one in Tavleon Ford as well. They got two sophomores running, but there's Ford right there as we speak. And again, it's a back and forth heavyweight fight right here, and they're in at halftime trying to get off their feet, get hydrated, because it's going to be a long night.
And that was a great pump fake by Gutierrez to find Dylan Gordon for the strike. That got him within one, and then the Mustangs regained the lead here as Micah Roberts was able to catch the ball, pull it away from the defender, and take it to the house. Another big play by the Mustangs. But the Hawks, they come right back, and again, they've got these talented running backs. Here's Graham again.
Yeah, again, both these teams have high explosive kind of guys, man, on the outside, and right back here we come again, coming right at us.
Yep, and that was in the final seconds of the first half. Second touchdown catch there by Micah Roberts. He's already a candidate for our John Wayne Player of the Game. As we look at the stats in this first half, both teams have put up massive numbers. You got 289 and 253, so both, if you believe this will happen, are on pace for 500-plus yards each.
Yeah, I'm more impressed with what you're seeing on the other side of it with pass and rush touchdowns total. And again, you would think that Jay being a run-heavy team with Jackson Gutierrez, but tonight he's got 3 touchdown passes, and all the Hawks points have come on the ground with those young running backs that they have. And again, no turnovers, and I promise you it's going to come down. The time of possession is pretty much equal right there. It's going to come down to turnovers and penalties before this thing's over with.
Well, that's the mark. What you're seeing there at the very bottom of your screen is the mark of an undefeated football team.
In week 8, week 9, absolutely.
I mean, you got 7-0 Jay, 8-0 Harlan. That O stands for no turnovers for both teams.
Playing clean.
Yeah, I mean, you if you're going to be undefeated this late in the season, you can't have a lot of foul-ups, and turnovers create those situations.
Well,
You know, they're playing like undefeated teams.
Right, and the penalties are pretty equal too. Jay's got 3 penalties for 25. Harlan's got 4 for 33. So they're right there together on that as well. And they're equal on drives. Both had 7 drives in the first half. Jay had 28 plays and Harlan had 35 plays. So, I mean, the game's even. And, again, Jay's going to get the ball to start the second half. So they're technically a possession ahead here as we start the second half. But everything we thought it would be, Bobby. I mean, these guys are fighting for a district championship, or at least for a piece of the district championship, more than likely here, and that's what we're getting.
All right, they are honoring the senior dance team members here tonight at Harlan High School. Andy and I will be back. We'll talk second half adjustments when we continue from Ferris Stadium, where the Jay Mustangs lead the Harlan Hawks 27-21. You're watching High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on BTV.
There's nothing more Texas than high school football. It's where families and communities come together.
It's the pageantry of the game, the marching band, the dance team, the spirit group.
A tradition and history unmatched anywhere in America.
Great athletes, great games, and one of the best entertainment values for your dollar.
Show pride in your school, and let's celebrate our common bond.
Come to the games.
Come to the games.
There's nothing like being there and seeing Texas high school football.
Come to the games.
I've been injured due to the negligence of others. I've lost a loved one due to the negligence of others. I know what it's like. I know the pain. If you or a loved one has been injured in an auto accident, whether it be a car, 18-wheeler, or a company vehicle, I want to help.
For over 15 years, Raul B. Rodriguez has worked hard for the people of San Antonio and Texas.
I will work hard for you and do my very best to get you the justice that you and your family deserve. We won't back down.
Call 210-899-0300 to schedule a free consultation.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
Welcome back here to Ferris Stadium. The Fred Loya Insurance halftime show continues with a 27-21 lead. Jay Mustangs over the Harlan Hawks. Bobby Stotzenberger along with Andy Skelton. And Andy, now it's time for adjustments. And one thing that you got to say is in the Jay Mustangs' favor a little bit here is the experience level. You look down their roster, there's a lot of seniors. They're playing like a senior club. And Harlan has some talent on really at the senior level too, but a lot of their talent is younger. How can Jay use that to their advantage to try to win this game in the second half?
Well, you're dealing with 18-year-old versus a 15, 16-year-old with your sophomores, man. So absolutely it makes a big difference, especially when your guy's the quarterback. You know, and again, Harlan's got their sophomore running backs, and that's good, but they're splitting the load a little bit. That has to do with the mental development, the mental toughness, playing under the lights on Friday night. They might think they're the guy, but then they get hit in the mouth. How do they respond the first time they get hit in their mouth? You know, all those good things, and so far they've been competing those young pups over for Harlan, but absolutely being senior heavy. A few of these guys were 4-year starters for John Jay, and again, man, there is no fear, there's confidence, and they're playing lights out right now, playing through and persevering through the mistakes. And again, it's one of those deals where you got the young pups on the other side, but I think they're getting limited a little bit because of their age difference.
All right, any schematic things on either side that you see as an adjustment for the second half?
Hit the guy in front of you, man. This is going to be a pound-for-pound heavyweight fight. Hit the guy in front of you, get movement, let your running backs and the athletes be athletes in space. The bigs do what the bigs do, get lathered up. And it's going to come down to conditioning. Because they are playing very, very physical. We've had several pick-and-pull collisions so far in the first half. And again, yeah, they're gaining yards, but look at the end of those runs. They are hitting each other, and that's going to pay dividends on their conditioning. The team that's going to be a little bit better conditioned. You heard Gary Gutierrez. They go both ways at Jay High School, so he's going to have to be smart on how he slows the game down, manages the tempo, burns clock, shorten the game to come out with the victory here.
All right, when we return, Eddie Salas will join Gabe Farias down on the sidelines to talk about his team and their second half hopes as the Hawks try to come from behind. Jay leads it at the break, 27-21. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on BTV. High school football fans, we need your help to vote for the John Wayne Player of the Week. Vote each week at johnwayne.com for the player you think should be honored as the Player of the Week. A feature on the winning player, along with the coach, will be filmed at their school and aired on TV and across social media. You can also win swag for yourself and enter for a chance to win a $10,000 home makeover package. Go to johnwayne.com and vote up to once per hour Sunday afternoon through Tuesday at 2. So vote for the Player of the Week at johnwayne.com.
Hey South Texas, it's Sean Elliott. Did you know that Methodist Healthcare provides more world-class cancer care than any other healthcare system in the region? By partnering with your preferred provider, Methodist Healthcare will help you get the cancer care you or your loved ones need right here at home. Keep your care and the ones you love close when you need it most. Expertise matters, and Methodist Healthcare is here for you.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services.
Big car wreck? You need a big win.
You know who to call. That's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Wainwright Lawyers! Fights to win!
Get a champion. Wainwright. Injured people need the most money possible.
Most money possible? Wainwright's all in.
Get a winning team. Wainwright.
Don't wait, call 8.
888-8888. You need real money. Get Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Every day, KSAT 12's Weather Authority's sole purpose is to keep you and your family safe. We do that by taking you into the conditions like no one else. Whether it's pop-up storms, flash flooding, or blistering heat, this is that 3D view, and it tells us. Our 3D storm tracking warns you, showing you the exact path, and pinpointing dangers you can't see. With more storm-certified meteorologists. And more live forecasts constantly updated by us on the KSAT Weather Authority app.
Expect more with KSAT 12's Weather Authority.
All right, guys. Gabe Farias here with Eddie Salas, head football coach of the Harlan Hawks. Coach, we knew this was going to be a heavyweight fight. What do you guys need to do here to be the last team throwing that last punch at the end of the game?
Yeah, you know, we've made some mistakes on defense, and you know, a penalty mistake on offense that cost us a touchdown, and so we just got to clean it up a little bit. We've been in this situation before, and we just got to pick it up a little bit, clean up what we need to do, and come back strong in the second half.
Coach, best luck second half.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
That is a good point Eddie Salas made. You know, the team that has dominated this district for years has been the Brennan Bears, and Harlan trailed early to them and big to them, and the Hawks were able to persevere over that. So like Coach Salas said, they've kind of been here before, and it was even bigger deficit than this. So he's got to have confidence that his team can come back and win this game.
Well, Eddie Salas is a heck of a coach. He's a solid coach. Again, man, he coaches at a very, very high level. He's very similar to Coach Gutierrez in terms of his demeanor. He's not really a yeller or screamer necessarily unless he gets pushed, but I mean, he's pretty much a level-headed guy. Does a great job with these guys and lets his coaches coach. So they're not hitting the panic button in the Harlan locker room, or they didn't at half. I promise you that. And again, you know, they came back against Brennan. He's played in big ball games before. He's been around. So, yeah, look for great things for Harlan in the second half, and he's absolutely right what he said. They got to clean some things up.
Gabe, anything noticeable to you as far as adjustment for either of these teams?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big woulda, coulda, shoulda guy, but actually I think I am kind of a woulda, coulda, shoulda guy when you think about it. But
and an ultimatum guy.
Yeah, two things that stick out in that first half. First of all, that big unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that cost Harlan to score, and Skelly, that's about as big a 3rd and 13 that we're going to see a quarterback get in a crucial time in a football game. But Jackson Gutierrez got it. I'll tell you what I noticed right now, guys, is the poise by both of these teams. And I'm going to echo the sentiments that Andy talked about, which is neither one of these coaches are panic button coaches, man. Both of these teams are out here ready to go. We got us one heck of a fight on our hands here in the second half.
This should be a lot of fun, folks. Thank you for joining us this evening on MeTV and big game coverage. BGC now available in Houston as well. Go to the BGC app, big game coverage app. You can select San Antonio or Houston. And we've had some dandies out in Houston as well this season. The Hawks make their way back onto the field, as do the Jay Mustangs, ready for a second half of high school football. Again, next week we'll be in Converse at Rutledge Stadium. Seguin, Wagner in a district contest. T-Birds a chance to clinch a playoff berth with a win. Seguin fighting for their playoff lives as well. We'll be at DW Rutledge Stadium for that contest.
Hey guys, can I make mention of one thing? You know, Giovanni Graham, the standout running back for the Harlan Hawks. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but he's hearing impaired. He is deaf. And he's doing everything that he's doing right now. I talked to Coach Salas before we did our interview, and they're actually making a plea to the UIL to get some sort of hearing apparatus in his ears so that it can make life a little bit easier for him. We've seen some deaf athletes on the defensive side, but Andy, you got to hear some of those signals. I'm curious to see why the UIL would not allow him to have some sort of hearing apparatus there to help him out.
Yeah, that is a great story too, Gabe, and young man is talented for sure. There's no question.
Absolutely.
Here is the kickoff. It is a short kick once again, and they blow up the return man, Pritchett. He's had that. They're kind of picking on him over there, Andy. They keep kicking it to him.
Yeah, they're pooching it high, and those guys are just screaming down the field like banshees out of hell, and then that's part of that setup right there, man. They're not going to let them return it. This is a heavyweight fight. Let's get back in that mindset, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a track meet before it's all said and done. It might be even a little bloodshed before this thing's all said and done. These guys are playing their guts out for their communities right now. Get your mind right, Gabe. Let's go.
I'm right. I'm trying to.
1st and 10, Jay at the 28. Pritchett comes in motion. They fake the jet sweep to him. They throw it out to Gordon. Gordon makes the first man miss. Up the field he goes to the 35-yard line. That's a lot of Dylan Gordon because it was covered well.
Well, that's getting the ball to athlete in space. That's, again, one-on-one stuff right there. He makes one guy miss right there, boom, and goes and gets what he can get after that. That's what that play is designed to do. You see big old number 76 out there trying to lead the charge as well and getting it done.
That's an athlete single-handedly winning on first down for your offense there, Skelly.
And for Cody Brown, the corner on that side, he had a chance to make a great play there, but he went a little high, I think, Andy, on Gordon. You can't tackle a strong guy like that too high. Gordon comes in motion again. They give it off to Mota. Right down Main Street he goes, and he picks up a first down and then continues ahead to the 45-yard line with second effort.
And again, more of the same out of Jack Mota right here. Little zone cutback, great cut going out the back door right there for the first down.
Jack Mota. Got a brother, Zach Mota, on the team as well. Both seniors on this senior-heavy Jay Mustang team. Mota again. This time less yardage as the Hawks pursuit of the football well there. Gain of about 2.
Skelly, are they twins?
They are.
Okay, just as a parent, would you want to name...
They're tired of getting Jack Mota and his twin brother Zach, or Zach and his twin brother Jack. They maybe want to just be talked about by themselves one time.
Well,
I don't know, but
I was
they're
just
both
say,
good athletes.
Man, how about Randy and George, man? So there's no confusion, right?
I love it.
2nd and 8, Mustangs. Mota again, and the Hawks stuff him. That actually will be a loss, and down underneath that pile, Elijah Walton. Tell you another guy that has been impressive, number 56, Demarion Cornish. He's flying around defensively for the Hawks, and a big third down now coming for the Jay Mustangs. They were 3 for 4 on third down conversions in the first half.
Going empty set right here. All eyes are going to be on number 8. I promise you that.
They need 8 yards, and number 8's back there ready to do it.
They're calling a check with me right here, seeing how the defense lined up.
They'll throw it up to the left side, and nowhere Nothing doing there for Roberts.
I don't know what that was all about. That was miscommunication there. Roberts and Gutierrez here. He throwing it up. Roberts slowed down, so I don't know.
Well, he had the defender.
Yeah, but he wasn't running.
Hernandez running in front of him, sort of, kind of blocking him.
Yeah, but he was going about half trot too, though, so I don't know what the deal was there as Gutierrez backs up in punt formation right here for the Mustangs.
So Kalen Gerbic-Schultz is the return man for the Hawks. And again, we haven't seen any trick plays yet. Jackson Gutierrez is the punter. Gets it away. And that nearly hit a Hawk, but goes out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
I tell you, these kids keep messing around on the return team, getting close to that football.
Special teams coach.
Man, well, it happened last night, Judson game. Judson kid tried to reach in and grab it, hit him, and it cost him a drive, man.
Man, you would have thought that was a choir here on the sideline with these coaches screaming, "Get away from the ball!" I mean, all in unison, man. It was beautiful.
I don't know why teenagers don't do what you tell them all the time.
I know, right? I think the same thing.
Their brains aren't done developing. Prefrontal cortex thing.
Ivory Graham is the starting running back for here. It's half number 2 here in the third, and they'll hand it to him. And Graham, strong run out to the 23-yard line.
And there's Zach Moda hanging on for dear life, preventing the breakaway right there. Only allowed, I say only, 6 yards right there, winning on first down for Graham.
Second and 4.
That could have been a lot more if Mota wasn't holding on for dear life.
23 yards.
27-21. Hawks trying to perhaps regain the lead here as Ferris will throw a quick out that is caught for a first down. And out to the 30-yard line goes Grady. Jordan Grady, a sophomore receiver.
Another sophomore, super sophomores for the Harlan Hawks. Good-looking kids. I can imagine them in 2 years, Gabe, a couple more years in the weight room.
I mean, what they're doing now
it's phenomenal, man.
It's phenomenal, man.
They do have a senior quarterback, though, Noah Farish, and he leads the way there as they give the ball to Graham again. Graham muscles his way forward and keeps the pile moving. And he is near a first down. He got about 8 or 9 on that.
Now you see Jay trying to rip, pull, bite, slap, tickle, whatever they're trying to do to get that ball out. But good job by Graham hanging on to the football after contact. They're holding him up, everybody getting a shot. Probably talking a little bit in there.
Ivory Graham already over 100 yards rushing in the first half. Starting off well here in the second half. More Graham, straight ahead, spinning across the 40 with a Hawk first down.
Yep, so far so good. Being patient. Offensive coordinator Matt McKinney for the Harlan Hawks. Again, don't fix it if it ain't broke. Keep giving it to 7, and again, put 12 in there if you need to.
Skelly, we're going to see perhaps one of those games where, with some rarity in modern-day football, where a running back gets 20-plus carries. Graham is already up to 18 carries and 140 yards and 2 TDs.
Yeah, Mota's right at 10, so yeah, you're absolutely right.
First down for the Hawks. Ferris will throw it out to the right side, and nice move by Grady. Turns it in for a gain of about 5 or 6.
Yeah, and that was Michael Roberts going both ways again, reaches in there and again holds on, not allowing these explosive scat back type receivers and running backs here. These sophomores are quick, man. They got a little jiggy to them.
That's the second time the feet just went right out from under the Harlan athletes. You see that?
Yeah, Graham was trying to make a cut there at midfield. He does pick up a few yards, though. That offensive line's starting to get a pretty good surge again, Andy, as well. They had moments like that in the first half.
As you well know, Bobby, playing offensive line in high school, you got to come back out after the half, get warmed up, get lathered up again, and get back to work.
Ferris will throw and complete for a first down on first down, and he goes, Matthews heads down the sidelines, cuts it back, and Matthews dives, and they're going to say stop short. Peyton Matthews, a lot of yak yards, or rather run after catch yards, whatever kind of yards you want to call them. Well, there was contact, so there's some yak yards as well.
Yep.
And now they hurry up and hurried themselves up into Ferris getting blown up.
Going to give him forward progress, though. Back to the original line of scrimmage right there.
Peyton Matthews so explosive out there.
And they haven't used him a whole lot. That's just his fourth, I believe, reception or target, second reception.
A little wildcat here. And wide open for Jordan Grady. Another sophomore wildcat quarterback with a 2-yard touchdown run.
Well, again, that's just giving that young man his dues right there, letting him get in the end zone. And
you realize that all of their touchdowns have been by sophomores? Three sophomores have scored 4 touchdowns tonight.
Scary.
It's not like they check their birth certificate when they cross the goal line.
Exactly.
It works.
So the Hawks to try to take the lead, and the extra point does just that. Harlan back in front, 28-27. You're watching the High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
I've been injured due to the negligence of others. I've lost a loved one due to the negligence of others. I know what it's like. I know the pain. If you or a loved one has been injured in an auto accident, whether it be a car, 18-wheeler, or a company vehicle, I want to help.
For over 15 years, Raul B. Rodriguez has worked hard for the people of San Antonio and Texas.
I will work hard for you and do my very best to get you the justice that you and your family deserve. We won't back down.
Call 210-899-0300 to schedule a free consultation.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
The Harlan Hawks mount a drive to take the lead. They go 83 yards in 9 plays. A lot of big plays there as the catch by Peyton Matthews got him first and goal at the 1, and they finish the drive with a 2-yard run on the wildcat Jordan Grady. Third sophomore in the end zone on 4 touchdowns combined between the 3. High kickoff. And Pritchett takes it on a fair catch this time, Andy, at the 25-yard line.
That's called learning, young man. He got smoked the last time. Smart decision right there.
Well, now the J Mustang's turn to answer.
Again, now it's time to get the J offensive line, Gabe, get them ready, rocking and rolling, lathered back up, get them in the groove.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to see a lot of Moda and a lot of Jackson Gutierrez playing off of each other there in that backfield. Get back to what you're successful at.
Ball at the 25-yard line. Moda running left. A lot of black jerseys in front of him, though. Still manages about 4 yards. I don't know, he snuck underneath everyone there at the end.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Gabe, you're right. These guys are slipping a bunch.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah.
They're cutting with both feet right here. And
great balance.
Yeah, that's good balance. Time to go back to grass fields.
There you go. You can start the
hey, that's coming, by the way. Watch
campaign.
what I say.
The petition, Skelly?
Next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be grass again.
Think so?
Yep.
I could personally do without the black pellets, but let's go.
Your shoes at the end of the night are always full of those. Moda trying to sweep it. Stiff arms, breaks a tackle, and gets upfield for a first down. Great speed and balance and stiff arm by Jack Moda.
Watch his replay. Watch his, his feet are just motoring, man. He just low center, get off of me. I love it, man. First down, Jay. Doesn't says you have to let him tackle you, Bobby.
No.
You can stiff arm him or whatever you need to do.
36 to 10.
You know, Skelly, I talked earlier with Harlan on the football. This is a great start to an answer. They got to finish this answer.
First down at the 38. Moda. Nowhere.
Yeah, in the middle of that defense right there. Ronell Cunningham coming up, number 99. Being in the middle of that defense right there. Back to the original line of scrimmage for Moda.
Folks, we'll have a John Wayne player of the game at the end of the game. Go to johnwayne.com to participate. Win 2 tickets to see the Gunslingers of the Indoor Football League. If you match our selection, and enter yourself to win a $10,000 home makeover. Get to voting, folks. I'm serious. Get after it. First or second and 10. Draw play now, Moda. Trying to bounce it again, but man, he had way too much traffic to go through there. He's lucky to only lose 2 yards.
We got slanting defensive linemen. We got linebackers coming and penetrating. And again, Moda doing everything he can to take a pick-and-pull collision and limit the damage there, limit the loss on that. Great job by the Harlan defense, blowing and going. Defensive coordinator Kimmy Lewis doing work right now with that defense.
Mustangs 3 out of 5 on third downs. Third down and 12. Gutierrez fires it. It is picked off. Great positioning by the defender to step in front of that. Dwayne Wingfield gets the INT in the first turnover of the game.
Well, Jackson Gutierrez wishes he had that one back, probably trying to make a play right here. Looked like it was open. Tried to throw him open, but you got 2 black jerseys right there. Great job jumping up. Great vertical that time by Wingfield.
Skelly, I got to tell you, man, the second they were about to start that play, these speakers started blaring.
Yeah, they're using the noise as a factor. I mean, no doubt. Why not?
Sound.
No doubt. I love it.
Well, the J Band has actually just now arrived. They are here.
Yeah.
Showed up.
Oh, yeah, and so did the, yeah.
Harlan's here, too.
Blaring music, man.
Good for them.
From the 44. Such a big game. You want them here. Draw play. Graham. Man, strong sophomore. Picks up 6 yards.
Again, conditioning, fatigue, all that fun stuff. You're getting pounded on, straight ahead stuff. A lot of bodies mushing on each other, Gabe.
21 carries now.
Hey, 21 carries coming at you. Hurry up offense by Harlan.
Workhorse, man.
Ferris fires it across the middle, has a man. It's closed. Absolutely clobbered, but Jordan Grady holds on.
This is a pick and pull. Waka coming right at you. Knocked the dog snot out of him, but he hangs on to the football. But that was Keto's.
Hawks ready to go again. Ferris throws and completes to Matthews. And now up-tempo more as they come up to the 11-yard line. Hawks got it going.
Hitting the soft spot in that zone coverage right here.
Guys, this is a whole other gear for this Harlan offense.
And now we're going to get a timeout, Jay. That's smart timeout by Gary Gutierrez.
We'll be back. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
There's nothing more Texas than high school football. It's where families and communities come together.
It's the pageantry of the game, the marching band, the dance team, the spirit group.
A tradition and history unmatched anywhere in America.
Great athletes, great games, and one of the best entertainment values for your dollar.
Show pride in your school and let's celebrate our common bond.
Come to the games.
Come to the games.
There's nothing like being there and seeing Texas high school football.
Come to the games.
Gary Gutierrez, you see there, Andy, was feeling his defense on roller skates a little bit, so he takes a timeout.
Take a breath, let him breathe a little bit. Some of these guys going both ways.
First down at the 12, given to Graham, and Graham will not be denied.
Yeah,
finishes the run with a 12-yard score.
Not bad for a sophomore.
Touchdown number 3.
See the replay, I'll tell you what, there's a hole you could drive a truck through. Right here on the Wainwright Lawyer replay, coming right at you into your living room right there. Runs over Keto's to get in the end zone.
He is strong. Still a one-score game, though. as the extra point is booted through. 35-27. We'll keep it here. That was a great drive, Gabe, by the Harlan Hawks. And I'll tell you what, I know he only had like about 360 yards rushing coming into this game, but it looks like Eddie Salas could just build his entire offense around J'ivory Graham. He's that special.
He is fantastic. And it's not just that drive, guys. It's coming out, getting a stop to start the second half, getting a score, getting another stop, getting a turnover. This is I don't think Eddie Salas could have scripted this any better here to start the second half of this football game. And yeah, guys, you talk about the future is bright, but Andy, the present is pretty good right now as well with these 10s on this roster.
Well, I got to give props to offensive coordinator Matt McKinney. He's the one pulling the trigger on the offense, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Give it to 7.
Well, they come up and field it this time, and that time it was Diego Quiros. He ran in and near Pritchett and took it instead, but same result. And one thing that Harlan's done a great job of, Andy, is covering on kickoffs tonight.
Yeah, they're flying around, and again, nowhere to go for Quiros. They put enough hang time underneath it. Those guys are flying. They're going to have to get some bodies on them flying down the field here. But we got 2 unanswered touchdowns by Harlan here in the second half. Jay offense got to get something put together right here, get a string of first downs.
Option play. Gutierrez pitches it off. Mota up the sidelines and has a Mustang first down.
Nothing like running the option into the short side of the field. I don't know a couple of offensive coaches that like to do that. Kevin Poor's one of them. Ryan Davenport was the other one over at Taft, but they run into the short side of the field right there.
Mota's the kind of back, though, Andy, that you can do that. Doesn't need a lot of space to make a play.
At the 36-yard line, Jack Mota, 15 carries, 121 yards, and a 64-yard touchdown run tonight. Gutierrez in trouble, dances away from it. Now heads to the sideline, plows a defender.
Wow.
And all the way out to the 43-yard line, an aggressive run there by Jackson Gutierrez, and the defender that may still be down.
Watch this replay right here. This is what a Gutierrez looks like. Booyah, get off of me. Gotta love it. Playing his guts out, man.
Well,
he's special.
The young man that got plowed there was Craig Sanders. He popped up, but Devon Hernandez is still down on the field for the moment, as the J Mustangs have shown up in force here tonight. Their fans very excited about this team. You know, for many, many years, that old Northside Stadium, now Gus Stadium, Jay and Holmes and Marshall, they'd fill that sucker up each and every Friday night. You know, and the district continued to grow. Clark, and then Taft, and then all the, what we old guys consider the new schools, O'Connor, Warren, Stevens, and
Brandeis,
Harlan. Harlan's not the baby anymore, though. They got Sotomayor as the baby now of 12 6A high schools here in this district.
But of these 2 new high schools, guys, I'm telling you, we saw Sotomayor pack the stadium. We're seeing Harlan. Andy, boy, this north side, they really support their teams out here, especially these new schools.
They pack the roadways out here, too. I can tell you that as well.
They do. I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a run by Jackson Gutierrez, though, to set up second down and short right here. He's a load to try to bring down.
2nd and 3. Gutierrez gonna throw. Throws one up, left side. Close coverage there, intended for Diego Quiros, and Cody Brown step for step with him.
Good job letting it play by the officials right here, taking a shot on 2nd and short. Trying to throw him open. That wasn't a bad pass by Jackson. Quiros needed to drift with it. Gutierrez was trying to throw him open, throw it to the green grass between the grass and the sideline there.
That was a 2nd and 3 play, so that likely means a run here. We'll see. Taking a shot there on 2nd down. Option right this time. Pitch to Mota.
Bye-bye.
And he tight ropes the sidelines and will take it all the way. Wow. Right along the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Jay Mustang.
Who's not afraid to run the option into the short side of the field? Kevin Poor, baby. Great call right here. Great left-handed pitch by the right-handed quarterback Gutierrez, and watch Moda hit the extra gear right there.
And had the balance to keep in bounds there.
He's getting close to 200 yards rushing himself.
You need a back like that, Skelly, to do that. I mean, you need a small back who's quick. Yeah, guys just don't do that. That's such a difficult play to pull off. Jay's pulling it off as if it's nothing to that, and it's because they got a running back who can make the most out of a limited amount of space.
57 yards on that Moda run. Now the 2-point conversion for the tie.
16 carries, 178 yards, and 2 touchdowns if you're keeping score at home.
Gutierrez rolls right. Has a man wide open. Dropped. Jackie Smith in Super Bowl 12 that time. Unfortunately for Jay, as it was right to Baldwin, but he couldn't hold on. So Harlan maintains the lead, 35-33. My, oh my, they had the right play call.
Wide open, and I tell you, nobody feels worse than that young man right there laying on the turf. 2-point game, though. No harm, no foul right now. 58 seconds left in the third quarter.
They needed that score, though, Skelly. They
Great
needed
job
that score.
answering. Absolutely,
Yeah.
Gabe. I was going to say that. You read my mind on that.
Well, folks, if inflation is hitting your home budget, remember our friends at Mission Open Air Market. Come out to Mission Open Air and find the biggest bargains in Texas on household items, tools, clothes, and collectibles, and more. They even have a farmer's market with the best bargains in Texas. Beat inflation every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, starting at 6 a.m. on the corner of Morrison Boulevard and Loop 410 South. We'll see you there, Mission Open Air Market.
Bobby, right quick, how about sandwiching Thursday and Saturday, two of the greatest atmospheres I think I've seen of games that we've done, Harlandale and Burbank, and now Jay and Harlan, these Thursday, Saturday games, man, special.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun, and that was a great win for Burbank on Thursday night over Harlandale. What an incredible job that program has done. They have a chance to win 9 games this year. They've never won a playoff game in their history, but if they're going to do it, this year could be a good year. But Jay, down by 2, and
got to play defense right here.
Yeah.
And again, you got a Harlan offense. It's clicking on all cylinders right now. You got to stop number 7.
It's 48 minutes, folks.
Skelly, a lot of football to play, but man, you got to look at those 2 missed point after attempts and see if they loom large in this football game.
Graham has been unstoppable so far, but they'll stop him this time, and the young man that unfortunately for him dropped the extra point is, you know, what did you say earlier? Angry guys play good football. Who was the coach?
They do, and that's, and again, man, he's got to keep playing. He knows that.
Yeah, and
again, that's one of the deals. So what? Move on.
Snaps back the very next play and makes a defensive stop for a lost point.
So what? Now what? Let's go. 2-point ball game. District title on the line. Let's go.
Trips right. Ferris gonna throw, quick route, and it's a hot route underneath to Matthews near a first down.
Yeah, and it was well covered that time by Zach Moda, but good ball by Ferris. Hitting Matthews that time. Third down and short here.
We're flipping the field, guys.
Hawks 2 for 4 on third down conversions. That will do it here in the third. After 3. Harlan 35, Jay 33. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player, and you'll win 2 tickets to a San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services.
Big car wreck, you need a big win.
Get a winner to fight for you. That's right, Wainwright.
Give me a 888. 8888. Wainwright Lawyers. Fight to win.
You need the most money possible.
Get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call
888-8888. You need real money. Get Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
We go to the fourth quarter of play. Bobby Stotzenberg along with Andy Skelton, Gabe Padias. Third down to start the fourth for Harlan. 3rd and 1 Hawks. As they get Wildcat set with Grady. They had a touchdown with this earlier, and he will run ahead for about the same length as that touchdown. In this case, it's a gain of 4 and a first down.
Why not? Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You got a lot of options. It's going to be up to Jay. Defense right here. They're going to have to come up with a stop, turnover, something.
1st and 10.
Put their offensive position to get back on the field.
Jay couldn't quite convert the 2-point conversion last go-around. Ferris scrambles away and has a man open along the sideline. Finds Schultz.
They say he went out of bounds. That's a penalty.
Yep.
He cannot be the first one to touch it as he comes back in.
That's going to be an illegal touch.
Kalen Gerbic Schultz. Let's see if we can. I don't know if we're going to catch that part of it on the replay. Maybe a reverse angle there, but
you'll see the hat come in from the official to your right up here, probably
out of bounds and then back in.
Yep.
Can't do that. Eddie Salas.
They're pleading, but I think it was a good call, guys.
Well, you gotta fight for your guys.
Well, that sideline's a 12th man, and if you're a cornerback, they know how to play inside leverage and run him out of bounds here. Let's see.
I'll tell you this, after the penalty, that was a heck of a catch, keeping his feet in bounds. But Andy, that cap came off quick. It was right in front of me, so he saw it.
But again, Ferris got flushed, so I mean, you know, that's one of those deals. Let's see the replay again. It's coming from a different angle here from behind us.
Hard to tell from there.
Yeah, it happened. It happened right there as he came out of turned around.
You can see,
yeah.
he, not too far out of bounds, but far enough.
Just got to touch the
so
white.
They go back to Graham, and he gets clobbered. But man, he doesn't go down without a fight as he's up to the 37-yard line.
Well, that's Farron, number 18, Farron Canyon right there. And again, he's seen it enough that he's actually starting, instead of arm tackling the guy, starting to face him up and put his screws in his chest right there.
2nd and 12 now. Jay jumped, but they got back, it appears. Ball is caught at the 40-yard line, and ahead to the 45 is Jordan Grady. That will set up 3rd and 4.
They got back. It looked real close from down here.
Yeah, they were slanting, so they went sideways and not forward. Gabe's what it looked like on the replay right here. First step was sideways and not up the field.
10.5 to go in this game, and a big 3rd down here for the Hawks. Ferris fires it underneath, caught. As turning around was Menifee with his first catch of the night, and it's a big one for a Hawk first down.
Yeah, that was a great ball right there by Ferris, and again, Jay defense is in coverage. That's just a great ball by Ferris. On time and on target, you cannot defend that. That's almost impossible to defend sitting in the zone like that.
Yeah, we've been talking about sophomores. That was a senior making a play right there.
Ferris fires it to Matthews. Another first down. Matthews fights ahead to the 27-yard line.
Same play, other side, basically. They're really attacking that hook to curl seam area in that zone coverage of the Mustangs.
Gentlemen,
if you're Jay, I think you do everything you can to keep him out of the end zone right now. Kick a field goal, that's fine. You get him in the end zone, I think.
Noah Ferris is 17 for 20 throwing the football tonight. And with a 2-point lead, they could make this potentially a two-score lead if they can get a touchdown.
That's what I'm saying.
Grady slides for the catch at the 21.
You do everything you can to get him out of the end zone.
That time Jay was bringing heat. They're going to have to try to do something different. And again, defensive coordinator Nelson Barnes knows this. He's going to have to get in the backfield, but he's going to have to get to the quarterback a little bit quicker. That time the ball was a little bit underthrown, but still caught. So look for the defense of the Mustangs to change it up a little bit, getting into the red zone here.
Under 9 minutes to go. Hawks moving it again.
They're in man coverage down here.
Handed off to Graham. Strong young man as Zach Mota had him wrapped around the ankle and held on for dear life. And it's a first down run for Givery Graham.
And again, you're seeing A lot of effort on both sides of the ball right there, but enough for the first down here on the 15-yard line. Clock still running.
Jay with 2 timeouts. Harlan all 3. More G. Ivory Graham.
Hang on.
Yeah.
He is so elusive, man.
He gave his defender Garza a ride there. Was that Garza? No, it was 18.
Yeah, it was Canyon.
Canyon.
And we said his name a few times there. You see him, number 18, and he's been flying around. It's just number 7's kind of elusive. It's like trying to tackle a greased pig, man. And he squirts out of it when you try to get a hold of him. You got to really put your face mask on him and rip wrap, and grab cloth.
2nd and 7. Ferris on the keeper, and he is cut down for a loss by Zach Mota. Mota's made the last 2 tackles. That one's for a loss.
There you go, coming off the edge. They're heating it up. Boom.
Skelly, that's one of the few mistakes I think he's made all day. On that little read, pull out and go.
That might have been a run all the way, Gabe. I don't know if he was reading that necessarily, but if he was reading it, absolutely.
Jay's chances increase dramatically if they can keep Harlan out of the end zone here.
I don't know if they can afford to go man coverage. If they are, they're playing off man to the top. Got to get to the quarterback, though, if you're playing man.
3rd and 11. Here comes the pressure as Ferris floats one up. And is that caught? Yes, it is. Holy cow, what a great grab. Hugging the sidelines there by Aiden Menifee.
Here we go. We got a great view right here. Let's see if his feet were in.
Wow.
Yep, both feet down.
That was an NFL catch by Aiden Menifee.
You only have to have one foot in. He got both of them.
Gabe, he's no catches tonight until this drive, and the senior's coming through.
Yeah, it's 4th down, though, guys. It looks like Coach Salas is bringing on the...
I thought he had a first, but he didn't.
They're bringing out the big group.
They're going heavy.
And Grady is the Wildcat running back. And Grady gets bounced around but has a first down. They're telegraphing it, but they're so good at executing it, they get the first down anyways.
I'll tell you what, Jay kids are getting a little tired, guys. I mean, they're going both ways. Playing their old guts out, and they're getting war on a little bit right there. They're still playing lights out, but that was just enough for the first down.
This drive is one of those clock killers.
Well, and it's a fatigue killer too, Bobby. You're not listening to what I'm saying. Those guys are wider. Guys are wider tired, man.
Oh, I know.
They're going both ways. They don't have the luxury of having the numbers that you see down here in black. They're half the numbers of what Harlan has dressed out tonight.
The Hawks taking advantage here as they have a chance to make this a 2-score lead, and they're going to have Ferris back in at quarterback. Fakes it to Graham, drops back, and pressure roll right, and throws it to the corner, and it's incomplete. And your whole goal here is to make this a field goal attempt if you're Jay.
Keep a one-possession game, absolutely. And again, one play at a time. And again, defensive coordinator Nelson Barnes, he's not a stranger to being able to call the defense. He coached at the collegiate level at Texas and at Nebraska. Great job stringing it out right there. Nowhere really to go with the football.
It's a smart football by Ferris. He threw that out of the back of the end zone knowing that if he tries to squeeze something in there, man, and make a foolish play, that could have been a turnover. So,
but it does stop the clock because of the incomplete pass. Look for 7 here.
Little turnover.
Graham.
Yeah,
He'll walk in. 4 yards, 4th touchdown for G. Ivory Graham.
4-yard.
Welcome to varsity football, young man. The sophomore, now 27 carries, 176 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Big extra point right here. Make it 2-possession game. Got to handle your business if you're Harlan right here. The snap, the hold, and the kick.
Yeah, Jay's got to go for the block. If they get it here, they still have a 1-score game. Well,
yeah, they're making him kick it again, or they can go for 2.
Both sides, well, they
got to make him kick it again because there was contact.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or they can go for 2. It's half the distance. So.
Referee Tom McAfee. See if his mic works this time. He's been having some trouble with it tonight.
Prior to the snap, offside with contact, defense, half the distance to the goal, retry.
You know, that's worth the chance there for Jay. I think it is. I mean, you don't really lose a lot by that happening. And
well, that's like a guy that's trying to fair catch it, and one of the defenders just lights the guy up, take the 15-yard penalty, and next time they kick it, the guy's thinking about it.
Are they going to actually
go for two? Why not? You're 2 feet away, man.
But if you don't
go with your Wildcat again. Here he comes. Why not? Why not?
Jordan Grady for the Wildcat. And now they're going to think about it. Eddie Sala, I think you're right, Gabe. I might reconsider this. A field goal makes it, an extra point makes it 9.
First time out of the second half.
If you fail the 2-point conversion, Jay's still in the game. Well, they're in the game regardless, but they're very much in the game with a 1-score deficit.
Yeah, Skelly, I get that they got 1.5 yards to go, but they
ain't been stopped yet.
I get it, but they also ain't stopped their point after attempt also, and they kicked that thing through, and they've got a 2-score game regardless. I mean, I think you got to go for the point after attempt.
If I'm Jay, I'd keep trying to time the snap on an extra point. Even if you jump off sides, you're still baiting them into going for 2, and then you can get the stop. I mean,
well, you make it a 2-touchdown game versus a field goal and a touchdown. I mean, if you want to split hairs,
let's split them, Miss Kelly. I just want to partially cut the hair. I don't want to split it fully. How can I do that? You're the science guy.
Carlos Cartagena is on the field for the extra point. He's just a freshman, by the way. Noah Ferris is the holder.
That's the other reason why you double think it when you got a freshman kicking.
Yeah, this is shorter than a normal extra point.
I'm just saying.
You're right.
About an 18-yard extra point instead of the normal 20.
Got a 14-year-old kicking the ball here.
Jay got a good rush, but the freshman boots it through. And so we have 5:52 to play in the game. Harlan with the lead, 42-33. You're watching high school football presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's time to fall back with savings from John Wayne Service Company. Don Rackler here. Right now, when you purchase any new heating and air system, you'll receive a bonus offer for free as a personal thank you from me. Choose either free attic insulation, a free smart home front door package, or $1,000 in credits to use towards plumbing, electrical, or home automation products. Plus, get that new system now for only $99 a month. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700 and get your fallback bonus offer.
It's a new day, and how you start makes all the difference.
And good morning, San Antonio.
Thanks so much for joining us today. GMSA gets you up and out the door with only what you need for the day ahead.
New now and continued coverage. More of what impacts you.
Leave doubt at the door. Our pinpoint forecast takes you inside what's next, hour by hour. Have a great day, guys. And with more live views from the road, we keep you clear of the backup.
Everywhere you watch, expect more with GMSA.
Harlan Hawks with the scoring drive there, and now a 9-point lead as they go 75 yards. And look at the 7:07 time of possession is the big stat there. They kick it in the direction of Gordon, but it line drives over his head. So a touchback. I mean, the touchdown in 15 plays, but the 7:07 was maybe the most important part, Andy, of that scoring drive for the Hawks.
Well, Jay's got to go back to work right here. They're going to have to work a little bit more urgently.
This is the first time.
A touchdown and a field goal.
This will be their first snap of this fourth quarter, which is over halfway over. Draw play. Jackson Gutierrez. Need a big play. Find number 8. There he goes to midfield.
Flag.
And past it.
There's a flag down.
And there's a flag back at the 32.
Flag on the play.
See coming this way, though. That's quarterback run all the way right there. And again, Gutierrez needs to get the ball in the other hand in his left hand, but other than that, doing the work he needs to get done, and he just running people over at the end of that.
Going to be a spot of the foul, it appears, on a hold.
Of course, that's convenient.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That was about the 32, so that'll make it first and about 13.
They ain't throwing a flag on that all night. Now we're going to start throwing it with 5 minutes left in the game. That's what Coach G's talking about right there. It's funny till it's not.
Yeah. It's Jackson Gutierrez. And that was a design run for Jackson Gutierrez, and they haven't had a lot of those tonight, Andy, and now they're putting it on number 8.
He can handle it.
Yeah, he's the guy you want with the football. There's no question. Jackson drops back. Scrambling left again. He'll tuck and run again. Now he'll cut it up and get out to the 32-yard line to make it 2nd and 3. Clock running with 5:18. Two timeouts for the Mustangs. They need 2 scores. Gutierrez sprint out right. Fires it and is underthrown and intercepted. Good job of getting underneath there for the Hawks by Craig Sanders. Good read and a second interception by the Hawks defense.
Kid trying to make a play, man. Sprint out pass, getting out there underneath it, sitting out there waiting on it.
Now if you're Jay, you have to tickle, bite. What are your other things you have in there?
Tee off on him.
Yeah, you got to put the helmet on the football. You see the necklace, the interception necklace there for Craig Sanders. He has one, and so does Dwayne Wingfield. Yeah, the turnovers have, you said it, Andy, at halftime. That would be perhaps the difference in this game, and that's entirely possible that it will be. At the 34-yard line, Moore Graham. And is there any reason, Andy, to not think that it's going to be G. Ivory Graham over and over again on this drive?
I know Matt McKinney, and he's not stupid. He's going to run it as we got a guy down on the field right now, but he's going to try to run that clock out until they stop it.
We'll be back. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
There's nothing more Texas than high school football. It's where families and communities come together.
It's the pageantry of the game, the marching band, the dance team, the spirit group.
A tradition and history unmatched anywhere in America.
Great athletes, great games, and one of the best entertainment values for your dollar.
Show pride in your school, and let's celebrate our common bond.
Come to the games.
Come to the games.
There's nothing like being there and seeing Texas high school football.
Come to the games.
Welcome back. 4:42 to go in the game. The Hawks have just secured a big turnover. And now they lean on the sophomore, G. Ivory Graham, to try to run this clock out. Nope, they let Ferris, the quarterback, keep it. A rare run, there's a flag along the way as he gets plowed into the sidelines. And if you're Coach Eddie Salas, now you're at the point where you not only you want a first down, but you want to get out of this thing healthy as well. You haven't won the district title yet. They have one more game against Taft, and that's in 2 weeks. They have the bye week. And if you're
the spot of foul, replay second down.
And if you're Taft, you're still thinking district title too. They get Jay next week and Harlan the following week, and they only have one district loss.
I don't know if that question was for Andy or for me, but yes, you're correct.
Well, I mean,
yeah, looking at the schedule, I mean, you got right now, you got 4 teams that are at the top, and everybody else. You got Harlan with no losses. You got Jay, who's about to get their first loss, and you got Brennan and Taft, Bobby, with only one loss as well. Yeah.
So you literally have 4 teams still in contention for the district title.
And how big of a win is it for Harlan, man? This is a great win for this community.
Graham
and for this program.
Continues ahead. Well, I mean, the hope for a district title is not over here for Jay. If they could beat Taft and then Taft beat Harlan, there's still a chance to win the district. I mean, you literally have 4 teams that can still win the district championship.
And I asked that to Sean in the pregame show. I'm like, does this win give, either team the upper hand to a clear-cut district title? And his response was, no, it does not. There's too much football to be played for both of these teams, and for Taft and for Brennan.
Hawks in no hurry now. Jay's trying. I think the timeout will come if they can get a stop here on 3rd down. They got to hone in, I think, on number 7. And number 7, G. Ivory Graham gets the ball, and everybody knew it, and he still gets the 1st down.
Can't stop it. Like I said, it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Harlan possession, 1st and 10.
30 carries now.
Again, Zach Moda in there doing what he can to try to stop the bleeding, but after the 1st down.
Well, the days of handing a guy the football 30 times a game has become a rarity. But when you have a horse like G. Ivory Graham, Eddie Salas is doing the right thing, Skelly.
Yeah, no doubt, man. He's got 30 carries, 190 yards, averaging 6.5 a carry. Give it to him again.
Some Gerard Douglas numbers.
Ferris will keep it, and he goes up to the 14-yard line.
That ain't quite Gerard Douglas, Gabe. He had 360.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as a sophomore, was that Gerard Douglas?
Yeah,
probably, yeah.
Okay,
Pretty much,
well, there you
yeah.
go. Hey.
Guys, Graham coming into this game had 59 carries for 386. 59 carries on the season in 8 games, and 30 tonight.
Like I said, though, man, I mean, I don't know what, offensive coordinator Matt McKinney, I've said his name several times, great coach. He's been with Harlan since the get, and again, man, don't just give it to somebody else for the sake of doing it.
And G. Ivory Graham has handled it well, obviously. 2nd and 1. Graham again. This time he's dropped for a loss, and now we'll see if they go into the timeout bank. Not quite. Jay still has 2.
To Ivory Graham.
What they really need, though, is Andy's the 3rd down stop. That will solicit a timeout, I think. But this is going to be run down to close to a minute.
I would have already called the timeouts, Skelly.
But you need 2 scores, so you got to save one of them perhaps for your offense if you can get it back. I don't know that, guys, would Harlan even dare attempt a field goal at this point?
I wouldn't.
They get a 1st down, it's over.
This is the play, 3rd, and
now Harlan's going to call it.
Harlan takes a timeout. Folks, we'll be back next week. We'll switch back to Thursday night. Seguin Wagner from Rutledge Stadium. Wagner trying to clinch a playoff berth with a win. Seguin very much alive in the playoff race in that district. Smithson Valley leading that district. Bernie Champion also in the hunt. So is New Braunfels Canyon. That's actually a really good district, and Wagner is a great football team. Then we'll have one more Thursday night. There's our schedule next week. As you see the full schedule, Warren Stevens, Harlandale, Jeff, that has playoff implications too, potentially. Heights and Lanier. Heights can wrap up the district title with a win there. That is incorrect, St. Agnes and Antonian. That has not been committed to yet. But Antonian football will play Friday night in Houston against Tom Ball Concordia Lutheran to add to that schedule. 3rd down and 3. Graham, I think, has ended the ball game.
Yeah, he got it.
Looks like he has the 1st down.
I'll tell you what's impressive for a young running back, too. He's got 31 or 32 carries, whatever he has, and has not turned the ball over, hasn't put it on the ground. Great ball security. And he's been getting popped all night by John Jay defense.
Nothing seems to faze this young man. And bright future for number 7. Giivory Graham. Victory formation now for the Hawks as Ferris takes the snap, takes the knee. And it was a year ago that they led Vandergrift out of Austin at the half. In the third-round game, Vandergrift goes to the championship, and the Hawks went home after 3 rounds. But here in
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player, and you'll win 2 tickets to a San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player, and you'll win 2 tickets to a San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You've got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Hi, I'm Michelle Mariquin, and I have 5 children in Northside, and we love to choose Northside. I find that the fine arts are where my children have grown tremendously. The support that they've had, the opportunities that they have had, both to express themselves through the arts and also to really learn some important leadership skills. My name is Michelle Mariquin, and I choose Northside.
San Antonio, wake up with CMA-nominated Personalities of the Year, Y100's Frito and Katie, and the best new country all day.
San Antonio, it's Morgan Wallen.
No, it was our last night.
This is Lainey Wilson. But it's good as it is tough. I got a heart like a truck.
Hey, San Antonio, this is Luke Combs. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough?
San Antonio's new country leader is Y100.
All right, guys, Gabe Fadias here with winning head football coach Eddie Salas. Coach, you talked about setting the tone in that second half, cleaning things up. You guys did that. Take us through what you guys were able to do successfully in the second half of this football game.
Yeah, we've been here before against Brennan and some other schools where we're behind at half. And, to come out, they've been here before and they responded well. Had to fix a few things on defense, and our offense is just eliminating some penalties, and it got us going. But what a great game. They're a great football team, and so do we, and it was what a fun game to coach today.
And this was a great atmosphere, not just for Jay and for Harlan, but this is a great atmosphere for the Northside ISD.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great venue to be here, and 2 great teams that are undefeated in the same district late in the season. You can't ask for anything better than that.
Coach, your sophomores really picked it up, but it was the senior Noah Ferris who really led that offense for you guys. Talk about the play of Ferris.
Yeah, Noah's a third year letterman, and he's smart, he's good, he's poised under pressure, he doesn't get rattled, and he did a lot of great things today like he does every week. We're just so excited that he's continuing to grow every single week and get better.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Best of luck to finish this thing out in your 1 more game against App.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, guys.
All right, as we have standing by our player of the game.
Yeah, so our John Wayne Service Company player of the game, Gi'Ivory Graham. Gi'Ivory, congratulations. First question, talk about the play of your offensive line and what they were able to help you out with today.
What's the part that they always want to try to communicate with me? It's always a part of to know what you do. It's always about getting the job finished.
Yeah, talk about the support of this Harlan community for you. Obviously, you come to this, with the hearing impaired issue that you have. Talk about how this Harlan community has really gotten behind you and helped you out.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, this community, how it has helped you.
To be honest, they always, it has a better communicate with me, Matter of fact, if I can't do anything, they always gotta make sure they like push me.
Tell me about your teammates. How are your teammates with you?
Oh, my teammates,
your offensive line, your running backs, all the sophomores that you play for. Tell me about your teammates.
Oh, about my teammates, it's about being leadership. Just help out each other, Make sure we have the whole team to take it to farther.
Gi'Ivory, congratulations. You're our John Wayne Service Company player of the game. Great ball game. Put that hat on, my friend. Yes, sir.
Good boy. Heck yeah.
That was awesome. Great job by that sophomore, Gi'Ivory Graham, on multiple levels, but he is our player of the game. 32 carries, 191 yards, and 4 TDs.
Say that again, Bobby. 30, how many?
32 carries.
Listen to that, folks.
191 yards and 4 TDs.
Wow, that doesn't happen very often these days.
42-33, Harlan wins it over Jay in the Battle of Unbeatens. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's time to fall back with savings from John Wayne Service Company. Don Rackler here. Right now, when you purchase any new heating and air system, you'll receive a bonus offer for free as a personal thank you from me. Choose either free attic insulation, a free smart home front door package, or $1,000 in credits to use towards plumbing, electrical, or home automation products. Plus, get that new system now for only $99 a month. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700 and get your fallback bonus offer.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services.
Big car wreck, you need a big win.
You know who to call. That's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Wainwright Lawyers, fights to win.
Get a champion, Wainwright.
Injured people need the most money possible.
Most money possible, Wainwright's all in.
Get a winning team, Wainwright.
Don't wait, call 8.
888-8888. You need real money. Get Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
For all your business and personal banking needs, Schertz Bank & Trust is your community bank of choice to fit your needs and lifestyle. All the modern conveniences of big national banks, but with friendly, personalized service. At Schertz Bank & Trust, you are not just a number, but a valued customer that will be treated with respect. Learn the variety of loan and deposit account options online at SchertzBank.com. Schertz Bank & Trust, strong and stable since 1913.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
The fans file out here at Ferris Stadium. A great crowd on hand for this Battle of Unbeatens, and Harlan prevails tonight 42-33 as they go to 9-0 on the season. Jay drops to 7-1 as we welcome you back. Bobby Stotzenberg alongside Andy Skelton. That was a great football game, and there were no turnovers at the half. You said at the halftime, turnovers are going to make a difference, and the 2 interceptions that Harlan got, they stopped drive for Jay. One of them led to a score, and that turned out to be the difference. You were absolutely right as we take a look at some of the highlights. This is in the second half. This is Matthews on that big reception. Noah Ferris I know he wasn't our player of the game, but he was a big-time player throwing the football tonight.
Did a great
for the
job.
Hawks.
Great job managing the football game and distributing the football where it needed to be. And again, you got guys like this right here, wildcatting it up, and it's a bunch of super sophomores in the stable there for the Harlan Hawks, and it's fun to watch them be successful.
Yeah, Jordan Grady and Jackson Gutierrez. That was the one mistake that he made early, where he's trusting his athletes to go get that, but Harlan was just in a better position there to make the interception. And then back to Graham, and I tell you what, I don't say a star is born, but
a star is born. We can say it.
Yeah,
that's
for
special.
Sure. Here was another star. Jack Mota has been a star for several years here, Jay. He kept him in the game with this long touchdown run. As these are all, again, second half highlights. Highlights all night long from number 7, G. Ivory Graham. 1 of 4 touchdowns. I think this was the clincher. Yeah, that was the clincher. Once they got that interception, Harlan was able to run the clock down and run the clock all the way for victory here tonight as they win it 42-33. Well, Andy, this is a tough setback, I guess, for Jay. I know you want to go undefeated, you want to make history and all those types of things, but there's still a lot of season left to play. They got 2 tough games. They've got Taft next week, and they finish up with Brennan.
Right.
Both of those are really, really good teams. You got to have a short memory in this game. I mean, you wanted to win this one, but you got 2 tough ones ahead, so you got to go back to work if you're Coach Gutierrez.
Yeah, the Mustangs are fine. They're fine. And they're going to come back. They're going to go to work next week, get after the Taft Raiders. It's going to be, again, the district title still up for grabs. And, again, Harlan's got the driver's seat because of the win tonight. Because Harlan's got to play Taft in 2 weeks after Jay plays them. And then Jay finishes out with Brennan, and Brennan's sitting there with their 1 loss. So I promise you, it's going to be an interesting finish. The Mustangs will lick their wounds. They'll go back to work. They'll keep being the kids from 7611 Marbach, playing with that kind of fire and passion and pride that they're known for over there. And again, congratulations to the Harlan Hawks. That was a hard-fought win against, you heard Eddie Salas giving credit where credit's due, hard-fought win against a good John Jay football team tonight. But Harlan does and deserves a great congratulations tonight because of the victory.
Well, if you look at it also, you're talking Division I, Division II. The 4 teams are pretty much set here with Harlan and Jay and Brennan and Taft. Those are your playoff teams. Now you got to seed them, and Taft and Harlan will go Division II. So it's likely that Jay will be the 2nd seed in Division II in that scenario, which means a road trip perhaps to Laredo. So there's still plenty to play for. And anytime you're on the field, you just want to win and play good going into the playoffs. And if you're Northside ISD in this District 29 6A, you got to believe that with the route in the playoffs, it's entirely possible. These are 4 good teams that all have a legitimate shot of getting to the 3rd round of the playoffs.
Yeah, again, the way the brackets are set up, it absolutely could be. So you're going to keep playing the way you play. And again, if you're Jay, if you're Harlan, if you're Taft, if you're Brennan, these guys know that. Coaches know that. They know their kids, and they're going to keep them pedaling. The Jay kids are tired tonight. They played their old guts out going both ways. And again, giving the ball to number 7 30, 31, 32 times. Yeah. I mean, that's unheard of these days. And again, you call that a workhorse. That's what we called it back in the day, and he earned every bit of it here tonight.
Great job by Gabe, too, by the way.
That was a great interview, absolutely.
G. Ivory Graham is a special young man to be hearing impaired, but to be able to play the game so smoothly and so greatly as just a sophomore, it's a really beautiful thing to see, and he is our player of the game. We'll see you again next week, everyone. We have Seguin at Wagner. The South Texas will start at 6:30 on our broadcast coverage. South Texas Game Day, brought to you by Pick and Pull, and then 7 o'clock will be our kickoff for Seguin and Wagner. We thank you again for joining us as Harlan remains undefeated. They go to 9-0 with a 42-33 victory over the Jay Mustangs. For Gabe Fadias out down on the sideline, Andy Skelton, my broadcast partner, I'm Bobby Stotzenberger saying good night. We'll see you again next week here on MeTV.